What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Hey, man, I'm just enjoying the morning, man. The chat's already going crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's in here bright and early. 9:40 Eastern Standard Time, 6:40 for the West Coasters, and I don't even know after that because I'm not the resident timekeeper. That is your job. But man, feels good to be up early in the morning after a Steelers win. We don't mind getting up early like this when they win. If you win at night, we will get up early and we will talk about it. And it looks like the good people are agreeing. They say the same things, man.
Yeah, I'm amped we got the dub, man. I'm seeing a lot of complaining and negativity surrounding this win. Screw those people. It's tough to win in the NFL. I'll take it, man.
Tough to win. You said it was going to be 30-13, man.
It should have been. I mean, it really should have been.
No, listen, it is 14-0 tough to win in the NFL. Oh, man.
We kind of gifted them something with the punt fumble. Granted, they did it on their own kickoff return, too.
And they gifted us the interception as well. Cam Hayward's interception.
Oh, you think that was a gift? I think that was a play.
Dude, if we just talk about gifted, that's all I'm saying, man.
That was a play by Hayward. Yeah. He was trying to make his little defensive player of the year case, but TJ
went off, man.
Yeah, I think he's making the case closed right now.
Prime time too, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was throughout the whole game too.
That was good to see, man. Definitely was.
Love seeing the win though, man. At 5-3, one more away from 6-3.
Got Detroit coming in.
Yeah.
This is a 40-pack, right? This got to be a 40-pack coming up.
I'll probably predict 30 again at least.
Okay.
I mean, we were close. We should have had 30, and the game actually shouldn't have been this close. But it is what it is, man. I know we'll get into it.
No doubt, man. But you know how we do, man. Let us know where y'all are tuning in from, and after that, man, we'll get the morning check-in shout out going, and then we'll start the festivities for today.
Now we already got a super chat.
I would say, man. Shout out to the super chat early.
Ready?
Absolutely.
Black Lavender.
Shout out to Black Lavender. I love the name, by the way.
He's not too thrilled with Ray McLeod.
Oh.
He says, cut J.J. McLeod and pick up Deshaun Jackson.
Well, we can't get D-Jags. He's signing with the Raiders.
There is another receiver we could get, though.
There
potentially.
There is, but, we don't like him, apparently. So
Odell?
Yeah, people
what happened?
I don't know. People just don't like Odell. Every time we bring him up, I look in the comments and it's like, they're like, no, not Odell. Definitely not Odell. So,
I would like to talk about that later as its own topic.
Somebody told me that Ray was, a better option than Odell.
Well, that's just.
But we'll get to it.
That's
right.
terrible. I would like that to make that a separate topic. I really would, because I have something to get off my chest about what type of moves we should be making. But
we'll talk about it.
That was one super chat, and then we got Black and Martyr.
Shout out to Black and Martyr.
Sorry, I've been MIA these last few shows. Rough few weeks with work. Man, that win last night somehow feels like a loss, but I'll take it.
Hey, man, we all stack them up, right? In times like this, you don't ask how, you just ask how many. We just keep stacking them up. Good, bad, or ugly. But what you can't do is ignore certain things. We do got to critique it. You do got to improve in certain areas. But as a whole, man, every win is still a good win.
I got one more super chat. You want to do that before we get into the shout-outs?
Caleb Cole. It was only a matter of time. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. I heard Cassius Marsh was looking for you in the crowd, Deke. When he threw that kick, you saw that spinning kick?
Was that intended for me?
He said, hey, Deke, I done heard the shots you've been sending. Just know, Deke, anytime, whenever you're ready. I don't just play football. Whenever you're ready. You saw the look, bro? Why do you think he got the flag? Because he was looking for you in the crowd. They thought it was directed to the Steelers. It was like, nah, he was looking for Deke. He was like, yo, where is he at? I know he's sitting in one of these lower level sections. Where is that man?
Yeah, that's one of the NFL new rules, taunting Deke. You get flagged.
Man. Jeez.
Well, people were wondering if I was going to be cold yesterday because they saw me in shorts whenever we were doing our predictions. I was able to stay warm.
Good.
Able to stay warm.
Good.
Cassius Marsh tears warmed me up. Dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were warm. Had them in a little bottle, put some hot cocoa mix in there, had some hot chocolate. So I was warm, man. Cassius Marsh's tears.
Good.
I hope he likes the loss.
I was nervous, man. I was like, man, he done hit your boy 7 in your face. You didn't do anything about it. I was expecting you to come out the stands to be like, yo, get off my 7. Don't hit 7. And you just let it slide. So I didn't know if you was going to really be a Ben supporter today or not. The way you just let that man get hit like that in front of you, bro. Right in front of you. In front of you? Come on, man.
I liked how Ben played, man.
Yeah.
Clutched up at the end.
I like it. And we're going to get on that too, baby. Yes, we are. But let's get to where everybody is checking in from, baby, because they are out here early in the morning, and we want to be kind of respectful of your time. Not all the respectful, just kind of respectful today. All right.
You want to start?
Yeah, man, let's start it out, man. I got Mike Boyce tuning in from the 229 Albany, Georgia, excuse me, on that one. Then we got Jar Devil. You know how he pulling up. 310 San Pedro, California. Bright and early, waking and baking. I feel you over there. We got Robert Martinez, the 732 Bayville, New Jersey. Then after that, staying clear, the 905 Toronto. He also says number 22 on the like button. We sitting at 58 right now, that Lambert. So let's keep them things rolling like how we always do. And then Jason Hess tuning in from the 814 State College, PA. We are Penn State. We are Penn State. I was saying it all night because of Pat, man. Shout out to the homie.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, because that was going to be my next shout out. I was going to say, you know what? I don't normally pay people from State College any mind here, but you know what? Pat Fryermuth,
he went off, man.
He's really emerging. And the 2 touchdowns yesterday is the epitome of that. So shout out to Jason Hess for tuning in. Steel Stainless Steel, Portsmouth, Virginia.
Oh, P-Town, Carib. Let's go.
Manuel Molina, you know he's always tuning in. He says, morning, everyone from Oceanside, California. Man, it's early for the California people.
Yeah,
God bless you.
Feeling right now. But then again, though, wait a minute. It's not the same. You know why? Because we had to stay up till midnight. Their game ain't in at midnight. Their game ain't at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Think about it. They could have went to bed at a normal time, 11, even if they stayed up a little later. And now it's what? 6:47 for them. So, you know what I mean? They got a little bit more leeway. We, on the other hand, we had to stay up until midnight. So people even later than that, man.
Bro, yeah, I didn't get home till probably like 1:30, 2 o'clock. Get to sleep at 2:30. Yeah. Wake up at 7. I'm grinding the tapes this morning.
You know what I'm saying, man? Being a pro right there, man.
He says, lost my fantasy game last night because of the Boss Mix extra point. That's unfortunate, dude.
Man. But he did bounce back, though, with them 250 burgers, man. Shout out to that. First time in Hinesville history, too, man.
I think he's got a serious case for a Pro Bowl this year. It's tough because Tucker's still playing pretty good, but he's probably leading the league in 50-yarders, though. 50-plus yarders. Gotta be.
I hear what you're saying, but yeah.
Dude, he's been money, man.
I hear what you're saying, but yeah.
Now we got someone from Stockholm, Sweden.
Oh, wow. Let's get
Mr. Bronk, the 17266.
I like
Mike
it.
Boyce, 229, Albany, Georgia.
All right, we also got Justin Reynolds tuning in from the 304, Morgantown. Shout out to Dub VU. I think they got... they didn't win this weekend. Shout out to them for that, though. Then we also have... This is Bagger Brandon, 814 Tenesto. I'm not even sure what Tenesto is. Yeah. But he says, what's up, fellas? Moats, nice shirt. I had mine on at the game. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, the new Upper Room shirt, just pulled up with a little yes, indeed action on it. YouTube still hasn't officially approved it just yet, so I still can't even have it displayed. But if you go to the link that is in every description box of all the videos, or you see the little pictures under it, just click on one of those. It'll take you to the website, and yeah, man. And you don't have to be an Upper Room member to get the new Upper Room shirt. But as you see, we got Mars, a little space shuttle. Yes, indeed. Terrible Towel got Deke spaced out like how he always is, man. So it's a vibe, baby. And it's long sleeve because it is a little chillier nowadays, baby.
Frank Harris, what's up, fellas? Norfolk, Virginia, checking in.
Ooh, home team. Let's get it, man.
Says, what happened to the 12 personnel? Steel Stainless Steel. He says, game ball goes to Boss. That could be an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Who gets the game ball?
Don't forget that. We're going to bring that up. We're going to talk that.
Trina Steel Diva 5, 404, Stone Mountain, Georgia, Trent, New Jersey, Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm surprised in other cities not being thrown in here.
I was like, are we going to get like a Des Moines, Idaho? Like, Des Moines,
Nebraska,
Iowa. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
401 Little Rhodey. Is that Rhode Island, I'm guessing? That's Nathan Woods.
Sound about right? It's whatever you say it is since you're on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just roll with it. Watch this. Like, Sal Mara, the 412 Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, by way of Chesapeake, Virginia. You know what I mean? I could just say whatever because we got the mic. But nah, Sal, man, shout out to you, man. 412 Bridgeville. He said, saw Yens at the tailgate, big Deke energy. I will say this, bro. Man. It was a ton of y'all pulling up to the tailgate yesterday, man. It was an absolute blast. It was great to see everybody that was out there. Man, we got love, bro. The podcast is, people are checking us out, man.
Oh, yeah.
People are, yo, it's Moats and it's Deke. It's both y'all. It's the crew. Like, yo, we appreciate y'all greatly, man. Always fun, man. We'll be doing the same shenanigans this upcoming game, man, versus Detroit Lions, man. So we'll make sure I have all that information in the chat. Yeah, because that's a 1 o'clock, man. It's gonna be bright. It's gonna be very different. Yeah, yesterday was like that. We all got a chance to sleep in, roll up out the bed, or come from work and get after it. Yeah, that's Sunday. Whew. That's that brush your teeth. All right, chase it with a shot of that good thing.
Jacob Malaysia.
Oh, shout out
919 NC in the house as always. Got some smoke there with a little alien emoji.
See, so now we can proceed. We had to wait for Jacob.
Exactly.
Jacob's here. The beards are here, so we are good to go. So you get, let's see, do we have any supers you want to get to, or what do you see on your end?
Well, I see an upper room member, new upper room member,
okay.
And then
you got a Let's Go You dub.
Oh, hold on, let me check for a super chat.
Yeah,
I just might. Yeah, I got it.
All right, sweet. So yeah, run through those supers real quick, and after that, we'll start this first topic of the game recap.
Let's go, you dub. Says good morning from Bismarck, North Dakota. 2 things. 1, my leg got smoked. And 2, hope those regs were well. I think he means refs. Hope those refs were well compensated. My leg getting smoked, so I had no clue who was getting burned at the game. I had no clue what was going on, why our defense was fading.
Yeah.
And I thought, so let me put it to you this way. I saw a lot of people on Twitter just ripping on Mollett. And I'm like, I don't really remember him getting burned at all game. And then I'm even watching the game back. I'm like, where's this happening? And then it's literally every single play on the last drive.
Yeah.
Like, they go to him every play, like, and he gets torched.
He's the guy. Yep. Like,
granted, he shouldn't be covering Robinson.
It's hard to say that, though, when you're the third corner, when you're the nickel. I mean, that's why they had him in there. So
it's a mismatch. Yeah, you would like to see a play happen.
Yeah. If it's our offense, in your Claypool, you're like, yo, that's the matchup we want. Yeah, you know.
And then hope the refs were well compensated. I mean, we got some favorable stuff yesterday.
I was about to say, is he saying compensated from our end or from the Bears' end? Because I was about to say, yeah, we definitely benefited largely. I like it though. We'll take it. We'll definitely take it.
Bears had their chance, dude. They were up. They were up with a minute 30. You don't give 7 that much time. That's what's gonna happen. Game-winning drives.
Man, I'm just surprised that it even got to that. I thought it should be a blowout, man.
It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. I agree 100%. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
We got this black and lavender. Oh, you should read this one.
Deke would knock Marshmallow the F out. Nah, dude, not probably after yesterday.
He's fired up.
He's fired up.
No, he should be like, down morale wise. You had the tears that you were sipping on, so we good. You gonna have that pack you finna smoke on, so we good. You know what I mean? Like, everything is good. You got the Bears pack, you got Cash's tears to chase it, so that way if you get a little, you know what I mean? Instead of cushion orange juice, you got Marsh tears and Bears pack. You know what I mean? So you be good.
This wasn't an original thought. I saw this somewhere online. So I don't want to take full credit for this. But dare we say that was the best play Marsh has ever had for the Steelers.
Oh, man.
It definitely is. It helped lead to a win.
But see, I don't put that on him, though. I say that's the best play the refs have had for the Steelers. Because I can't put that on Marsh, bro. I can't. As a play, I just can't, bro.
Was a bad call. I mean, I don't like this. We've talked about it in the preseason. I don't like these taunting calls. That's worse than the other ones.
I'm just like, yo, you think it's turned the corner a little bit because we hadn't heard the time calls for a while. Niggas just like, that's what we're doing. All right, be careful, everybody. Just
Some people are saying, according to the letter of the law, they should have thrown the flag. He was staring him down a little too much or something. It was directed.
Like, what is going on, bro?
Yeah. I don't agree with that, but you know what? I'll take it.
No, we definitely take it. We'll definitely take it. But it was funny. Then I started, like, when you know how it is when people get one of them calls and like, we're gonna keep justifying it. Then they hit him with the referee's supposed to know that he's doing that because he's mad that the team let him go. he's letting them know that they messed up. And I'm like, you think the referees are coming to any of these games caring about storylines and who cut who? Like, bruh, they don't care about none of that. They're making calls in the moment, unbiased in the moment. But yeah, that was one of them ones.
What'd you think of the so-called hip check? I don't think that was a hip check.
Bruh.
You think it was?
No, I don't. But
I thought he was just about to grab the flag and he was moving. Yeah,
but it just, because of how bad the call was, everything looks kind of just janky.
Well, did you hear Marsh's post game?
I did not, no.
He called that out. He was like, the hip check by the ref is a little egregious. I've never seen something like that in my life.
Well, if you're going to throw the flag on him in that moment, I could definitely understand him pointing the finger back.
For him to bring up a ref hip check, that was...
He did bump him, though.
I thought they just bumped into each other, though.
If you throw the flag on me in that moment, I might be looking for that, too. Because he partly he feels like, what, man, we lost the game because of me. And not because of anything I did negatively, which was why his reaction was what it was and why everybody else kind of reacted like that. So if you're in that moment and you feel like, man, this ref essentially took something from me or has put me in, the crossfire now, like, F that, man, I'm going back at you. You bumped me when I ran by. Now what?
I know you didn't hear it. You think he gets a fine for that? He said a couple other things where just saying, like, I was disappointed in the call. I didn't think I taunted. I always do this celebration.
I could see them potentially doing it, but at the same time, just knowing how they operate sometimes with these fines, because of how egregious it was in the moment, I could easily see them kind of just turning a blind eye to that whole situation. Like, seriously, they'll do that, man. If they feel like, all right, man, we all kind of was on the wrong page here, we just going if we don't say anything, no one to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you bring up the fine, when do they normally do them? At the end of the week or next week?
Like because it's a Monday, so usually like Wednesday you would have in Wednesday, Thursday time frame.
So that'll just be prolonging this story then, because we would know about the fine, right? Correct?
Yeah, we would all would, yeah. And then if that did happen, obviously he's going to bring it back up when he's asked about it.
He'll bring it back up.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be talking about it again. I don't think it's that big a deal to
us,
but
here in Pittsburgh.
National media, dude, that was the thing on the radio for like 10, 15 minutes on my way over.
Stephen A.
ESPN.
Even tweeting about it. I mean, he didn't get his name right, but I figured he called him something. It called him he say like Steve Morris or something like that in his tweet. I was like, bro, are you all right, Stephen A? Like, man, Cassius, bro. Mama called him Cassius. I'm gonna call him Cassius. That's all I know. You know what I mean? But my man called him, like, he said Steve Morris or something like that. But it was crazy, bro. Yeah, man.
All right, let me see the next super chat that we got here. Oh, we got Upper Room. Shoot the Rock.
Shoot the Rock, man. Shout out to Shoot the Rock joining the Upper Room. Shoot the Rock. Welcome to the Upper Room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And then I'm just seeing some contributions. So we got Gary Thornton giving a contribution. Thank you for that. Luke Walker. You can get a glimpse of future Steelers quarterback. No. Sam Howell when UNC comes. Oh, my goodness. This dude's a UNC fan.
Oh, man.
One. All right, let me read the rest of the sentence because I'm about to just insert my hot take. It's not even a hot take, but I'm telling the truth.
Reset and read from the beginning. Reset and read. Reset.
You can get, as soon as I saw QB1 Sam Howell.
I was like, yo, we're going all over the place.
You can get a glimpse of future Steelers QB1 Sam Howell when UNC comes up and hands Pitt a fat L. This is just absolute fake news right here. Sam Howell, completely overrated. But then
Kenny Pickett's the Steelers' new QB1 next year. Tell him, Deke.
Well, I'm not buying into that either. But
he said, I'm not going there either.
But we're talking college. Kenny Pickett over Sam Howell. It's not even close.
So that means that Kenny Pickett is the best quarterback in the NCAA.
He might be right now. He might be. So I mean, who else are you saying?
So that means he's coming to Pittsburgh then?
Not necessarily.
What you mean? We got to keep him in-house. He's the best option.
Seven's our best option. That's my guy. That's who I want
to
have as quarterback in 2022.
It's Kenny Pickett we're talking about, bro.
He's good in college. I mean,
and I'm
going to support him.
Are you doubting what Kenny could do at the next level?
I'm not at all. I just want Ben back next year.
I get that.
I got Ben over Kenny.
But Kenny is the GOAT right now, bro. Kenny's about to do something that Ben couldn't do.
Pretty damn good.
Ben couldn't do that right now.
What?
Get our Heisman. Your boy Kenny about to do that.
I think he actually got some votes.
But Kenny's about to win.
Not senior year, junior year.
Is Kenny getting votes or is Kenny winning it? Though that's the question.
He's got a good chance to win it.
So
I want him to win it too.
That's what I'm saying, man. We're gonna have us a Heisman Trophy winner in the division. All these other Heisman Trophy winners out here, we're gonna have our own now. You know what I mean? Yeah, homegrown.
No, I care about NFL championships when it comes to the NFL.
Come on, bro. But Kenny could be the next wave. He's going to be our Aaron Rodgers to our Brett Favre. You feel me? Ben is our Brett Favre. He's done led us to multiple championships. He's done set the foundation. Now we draft our version of Aaron Rodgers, so that way we don't have to get the Aaron Rodgers, because we know that could be a little janky right now. So we're good. We'll go ahead and get Kenny Pickett, and we're good to go, man. It's perfect. And you already got the built-in like relationship, because like, yo, you're a Kenny guy.
I like Kenny Pickett, yeah.
Like, no, you don't. Like, you're a Kenny guy. You were ahead of the curve before anybody else was on Kenny.
I
were on
can't
Kenny,
take
bro.
too much credit for that.
Take all the credit, man.
No,
take all the credit.
Because I was telling you this. He has been a really good college quarterback, I think. But every season we've been talking about Kenny for Heisman. When's he going to live up? He hasn't up to this point, and he has really exceeded expectations. Like, I wasn't even expecting this for his senior year.
So he's the man. And who would you be getting him with? Matt Canada, the innovative genius, the offensive guru. Come on, baby.
You're talking to the wrong guy, dude.
On,
about
man.
any college quarterbacks
this,
in the NFL draft.
Would he wear 7?
Especially right now, because we're in the middle of the season trying to win a championship.
8, right? He wears number 8.
He does wear 8. I guess it's available now, huh?
Yeah, it's available. It's available. I didn't know if he wanted to like switch the number, maybe drop down a digit.
I don't think he would.
Oh, all right.
Right? No, we're good, man. We're good.
Because I just figured out how Kendrick Green came in and took 53. Maybe Kenny would come in and take 7.
No way. I would not allow that. I don't think a lot of Steeler Nation would allow that either. I think even the Big Ben detractors would not allow that too. They could at least appreciate, like, yeah, no one should probably wear this number ever for the Steelers.
Got you.
But no, this dude's just off on so many levels. This is a multi-level
it
fail
can't
take.
Be Sam, because it's gonna be Kenny Pickett. Okay,
it's gonna be a fun game though. Thursday night.
But Kenny Pickett is gonna be QB1 for the Steelers. I got you, Deke. I know how you feel, man. I'm with you. I'm on your team. Hell to Pitt, bro. Come on now.
We got Manny Salas with a little support too. Thank you for that. Oz, any chance Ray gets taken off as return man? Something to consider.
No, we definitely got to talk about that, man.
You want to talk about that later?
Do.
All right.
Absolutely got to talk about that, man.
And then we got C. Dez, 86. 2 to 3 years of bad calls against us, so I'm not tripping over one game of favoritism. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Browns refs were god-awful last week, and we pulled out the dub. And Bears were up. I mean, they were up. So as much as we want to talk about bad calls and everything,
say they were up.
They were up a point.
The lead with a minute and something left in the game, bro.
Like
what? Huh? You say like they would lead the whole game? Like, bro, they got the lead with a minute and 30 left in the game, bro.
I know. So
you had your chance. Was technically already done.
You had your chance,
but the damage was technically already done, though. That's all I'm saying.
What do you mean?
With some of the calls that people are referring to.
Yeah, but if we're talking about
the difference, though, like you can't bring up they had their chance. They were up with a minute left in the game, bro.
Well, if we're talking about the Marsh one, all we got was a field goal out of that.
But you could talk about the touchdown one. They got called back.
Right.
That was a bad call.
Who knows how the game flow gets a little different, though. I'm being serious because maybe we're less conservative on some of our calls in the second half.
The only reason I'm saying that is when you keep bringing up they had their chance. It's not the same. There's not apples to apples right there. That's all. I get what you're trying to do, though. I get it, but the context is a little flawed. That's all, man.
Listen, I would still be upset with the refs if that happened to us, but at the end of the day, if you're up,
I'm not upset with the refs though.
No, I would still I'm saying if I'm the Bears, if I'm a Bears fan, I would still be pissed off about the refs. But then I do think it's fair to say, like, listen, we were up a point with a minute 30 left. We need to make a stop. We just need to make a stop.
As long as it fits your narrative today, it's cool.
I'd be more pissed off about the refs. I'm sure I would be.
Narrative because 7 had a good game. He provided the game-winning drive, so I know that's why you keep bringing it up. I get that.
Oh, bro,
but in a non-biased way, is not like that, bro.
What are you talking about? The Bears refs, or just the Steelers even having that game that close? Because that's on Ray. I think
about the Bears in the sense of when we bring up the flags, you can't minimize what they had by simply saying you had a lead with a minute left in the game. Because for them, they can make the case, well, this game probably would have went drastically different if you don't have some of these blown calls. If we do get that touchdown at that time in the game, that changes the outlook of the game. But we never got that opportunity. So you bringing up us getting the lead with a minute, we're saying that, hey, we had to overcome all of this just to get to that point. That's all. Context-wise, it's drastically different.
I don't know, though, because then,
it is, though.
If we're doing that, then I think our calls are less conservative throughout the second half of the game if it's a closer game. Because, I mean, our offense was looking kind of good in the first half, moving the ball.
Okay.
That's what I thought, and I thought we got conservative, which no problem.
Let's get into the recap.
I thought that was the game flow.
Let's get into the recap.
There's no reason to take big risks because I thought we were dominating them.
I could dig that, but this is my question: if you felt like we were dominating them, why wouldn't you continue to put the foot on the pedal, though?
I don't know. I'm not saying I liked it.
Yeah,
I think we could have been a little bit more. What do I want to say?
Did you feel like they were
conservative.
dominating in the second half as well? Because I personally didn't. Yeah.
Oh no. I thought the Bears actually. I want to give them a little bit credit because I don't know if their offense switched a little bit, but Justin Fields was making some nice throws, and they were able to move the ball. I actually thought they made some good plays as opposed to our defense just shitting the bed at points outside of like those last couple of drives. And then offense, we kind of got stale. It kind of sucks not to be able to get 3rd and 1s when just running the ball to keep drives going. So I don't think we were expecting that because we were able to do it in the Browns game last week. But looking back, hindsight, it's like, maybe we should have taken a couple more shots or maybe we should have spread it out a little bit more. But 3rd and 1s, you just hope to hand the ball off to Najee Harris and keep drives going. So the offensive line, I thought, just wasn't right in the running game. There wasn't too many holes outside of some of the plays in the first half.
So I thought first half, man, we were a lot more versatile with our attack offensively. Not just doing the same stale, just gonna turn around handed to Najee every time. We saw the jet sweeps getting mixed in there. Some of the passes, the Pat Fryer move, man. I thought just as a whole, we looked multifaceted. We looked like a legit offense. And I thought that's why we were producing the way we did. Second half came out, and not just were they conservative, but I also felt like at times it was playing not to lose, which to me, they were I never thought the game was to a point where they could play like that. To me, I just never thought it got to that point because every time especially like early in the game, I thought they had a chance. But to me, we never could silence that Bears offense. Even when they weren't even hot at the time, they were still finding ways to make plays. Justin Fields doing it with his legs. Then he was very decisive in terms of his throwing. Like, that was surprising because typically up until this game, he hadn't looked like that. He didn't look as decisive throwing. He didn't look as decisive when he would go to run the ball. But this game, man, you could see him progressing throughout it. And that's why for me, I just kept saying, like, man, we need to pick it up a little bit in the second half. We definitely needed to. And then from there, when we talk about our defense, even though at times they seemed dominant, it still felt like they disappeared on us a little while, man.
It's the same thing as the Broncos game. I thought.
It was frustrating. I'm like, both sides of our ball, even special teams, at times all three phases.
Special teams was terrible.
But at times, all three phases, like, they had moments of dominance. Like, yo, this is clear. This is what it should look like. And then they would flip it, and it would look like, yo, did y'all switch jerseys? Because now I don't know who's the good team and who's the not so good team right here. That's to me was like my takeaway from it, man. Glad they were finding a way to win. And I will say, in terms of some of the penalties, right? Because not all the penalties were egregious. Coaching goes into that, man. When you talk about a guy lining up off sides, that's different than you having a false start or you jumping off sides. You can't line up off sides. That's football 101. That's anything. I mean,
it even looked like there were some close calls they might have missed.
No, there definitely were, man. And that's the thing. It's like, I can understand when these pastors might complain about, okay, man, this is holding. I get that. Okay, cool. But you can't line up off sides. Like, we're looking at the TV copy, and it's like, bro, you're clear as day. If you just look where your hand is, those are like the subtle things. Put your hand down first, and you always have your helmet behind your hand. If my hand is behind where the ball is and my helmet is behind my hand, I will never be offsides. So it's like, everyone knows this. This is like what you learn day one college. So it's like to see guys doing it, and not just once, on multiple occasions. To me, that's a coaching thing. And that was one of the things where I was like, with Coach T, it was good to see that he had his group buttoned up in that standpoint. I mean, I think 3 penalties that were accepted on us, but as a whole, we played a lot cleaner, even though it wasn't perfect, way cleaner. And that was another good thing. And I was like, man, that's big on coaching right there. Even though, like we said, we had our issues, that's a coaching thing. And we saw how, it really helped us out right there.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this little drive breakdown here. Mm-hmm. They get a field goal coming out of half. Yeah. So it's 14-6. Mm-hmm. We get a touchdown right after that. Mm-hmm. It's 21-6.
Yeah.
But then this is kind of like the let up part. They score a touchdown right after that.
The field goal one. Is that the one where the penalty was?
That might have been.
That changes. I'm about to say
that might have been. It's saying a total of 104 yards because in the first half, I don't think they were anywhere close to scoring a touchdown. Their only points came in the field goal at the end of half. So I think that was the one because it's saying the total drive was 104 yards. So it was probably due to that penalty right there. So we answered with the touchdown, 21-6. But you're right. Like as soon as that second half hit, it looks like our defense wasn't the same as what it was in the first half. And I do want to give some credit to the Bears. It looked like they switched things up, but at the same time, I don't know what the hell we were doing.
Well, and I also feel like the Bears front started to get after our O-line a lot more in that second half as well, creating a little bit more havoc and definitely winning the line of scrimmage.
Oh yeah,
that was, to me, man. You talk about the interior part. I mean, anybody that was going back and watching the game or have heard any of the commentary, they were big on your man 5'3" in the middle. You know, at times it wasn't his best performance, and then obviously Dan Moore was another guy. But to me, that was the other part. It was like them not winning the line of scrimmage was hurting Najee as well, because Najee in the first half, man, he was getting 2-3 yards where he was getting hit, and now he's able to make a move, gash him a little bit. That second half, man, he had zero movement up front to even get a chance to get going. And I thought that also hurt the run game and kind of forced us to play that predictable style ball.
Yeah. So with that 21-6, I just felt like we had the game in hand. So I could see why the conservative play calls were happening. I'm not thrilled about it because I'd rather put the foot on the gas, close out the game. But then we get that defensive stop late in the fourth, or it was kind of middle of the fourth quarter. I think there was like 6-7 minutes left. Yeah. We're up 10. They're punting to us. It's like, all right, bro, this game's about over. We're gonna get this. Worst case, we run out the clock 3 to 4 minutes and we punt it. We're up 10. Defense is gonna make some stops. They're gonna be, trying to force some passes, try to make some big plays here. But Ray fumbles. They get a free 7 points. Like that was huge. I felt the same way as the Browns game. Like I actually felt like we had this game more in hand, but that whole it's part of the football. It's part of football. It's something we got to talk about, but it's one of those things you can't count on happening week in and week out if you're the opposing team. Like the Bears they're down 10. Oh, but man, Ray's going to fumble this and we're going to run it in for 7.
And when was the fumble by their guy on special teams as well? Because that was before.
I think it was before. So that that was a gift to us too. I'm not going to lie about that. Yeah. We didn't score an automatic 7 points on it, though. It was a freebie.
I still just feel like it's good special teams play. You know what I mean? Both sides. I felt like, hey, that was your boy. Yeah, that was your boy, man. So, yeah, that was my thing. I did like both of those plays. But once again, when we're talking coaching, though, as a whole, I mean, you saw like one was a lot more impactful than the other one. We talk about as a return, man, your first job is to secure the ball, get possession of it. Then from there, you get your yardage and so forth. But you got to have possession, man. You got to keep that. And as we saw, man, that changed the outlook of the game. It definitely flipped the momentum at that part as well, man. And obviously you see why people are losing it a little bit on Ray today.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is something to bring up, dude. He has been reliable, but hasn't he had some ball security issues these last couple games?
Yeah.
He hasn't lost the fumble.
Yeah. And that was a part of his situation a little bit in Buffalo as well, some of the ball security stuff.
We haven't seen it up to this point. I thought he's been pretty much money. I mentioned a few times on the podcast, every time he gets the punt, he catches it, gets 10, 15 yards, we don't have to worry about it. But now I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know what type of change we would make. We throwing Deontay back there? I don't know about that.
I'm just scared because of that. You know how he gets.
That might jack up his little receiving streak he's going on.
Yeah.
Because he's doing pretty good.
It's like he's in a good place right now. Just keep him where he's at, less off his plate. He's good to go. I don't want him to be thinking about, okay, am I under the ball? My elbows tight. All right, it was in the framework because we know how he get a little loose with it. Yeah. Electric once he gets the ball, but it's too much of a heart, going on while he's trying to catch it. So yeah.
My overall takeaway, I just felt like we were the better team the whole game.
Yes. Yeah.
The fumble was the big thing that got the game close, got it to the nail biter, got it to, where we might actually lose this game. We're down 1 with 1:30. That's what I thought it was, more than anything else, because there were some lapses. We
Mhm.
talk about the offense getting conservative, the
Yeah.
defense having their lapses, but I still think we win that game double digits, worst case, like a touchdown. But it feels like, yeah, we won.
Yeah.
It's not like the Broncos
Mhm.
scenario where it's coming down to the wire if it wasn't for that fumble punt. So
Yeah.
I feel good about it. And I also feel good that we did get down a point and we were able to come back.
Yeah.
Not the best way to go about it. It's not how you want to write it up, but hey, it's cool to see a gritty win.
Nah, man, every win is a good win.
Right, it's better to see a win than a loss.
That.
Like, what else do you want to see?
You're never gonna hear me say I feel bad about us winning. That's like what? We gonna feel good about losing next? Nah, heck no, man. So I definitely, man. We like the win was mandatory. We had to get that though, and it was good, regardless of how it played out. Find a way. As long as you score one more point, the other team, it could be the same next week against Detroit. As long as we score one more point and we're sitting at 6-3, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we know this team has flaws. We know it's going to continue to have flaws. And as long as they're getting out of these stadiums as best they can, man, you just got to roll with it.
But my point, the great thing about it is all these other teams have flaws right now.
Absolutely.
All these other teams, especially in the AFC, man.
Yeah, it's wide open.
Ravens
still,
are skating by right now.
Dude,
like, are Ravens fans coming in
think about this, man. Ravens look shaky. Bills, Bengals, Browns, Chargers. I'm trying to think who else is out here in the AFC.
Titans are the only ones
Chiefs,
that actually are like kind of consistent,
right.
but they have flaws now too.
Yeah,
huge
absolutely,
flaws.
man. So you talk about your top teams in the AFC, it is legit wide open, man. Absolutely.
Like Ravens, Lamar throws that pick. I mean, it was a good play by Barr. That little tip pass to himself. Where the Vikings, you have the game in your hands now in overtime. You're like, you should finish this out. Ravens kind of tossed it away. Are Ravens fans going in on Monday? They might be. I have no clue. But like, oh man, we lucked this out. This win doesn't feel good. No, man. Like things go back and forth. Defense stepped up. You got the ball back, and then you were able to get the game-winning drive. Like, yeah, you don't want it to be that close. You'd rather just be a clean overtime drive. But I mean, I feel the same way about this game. It wasn't perfect. It should have been. You go off the information that happens. We fumble the ball. The Bears get back in the game with a minute 30 left, and we get a game-winning drive. What else do you want me to tell you?
Nah, man, it was straight.
I'm happy about that.
It was straight. Now let's start. Let's talk about Najee though, man. What you think of his performance?
Fine. It's going back to like those first 4 weeks where I think it's more of the offensive line taking a slight regression. Well, we talked about off the mic though. Maybe their defensive line was a little bit better than we give them credit for. At least with like Akeem Hicks and then Robert Quinn. That's more me though. You were higher on Quinn than I was.
And that boy Roquan Smith. Low.
Oh yeah. That was probably another bad take right there by me.
Those dudes right there, man. It's just like they fly around. But I agree though. In terms of Najee, I did feel like it was kind of like those first couple weeks. It wasn't a knock on him because you can still see he was running hard and he still made some plays,
right,
especially early on. But the way that they were able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, to me, that was the a little bit of the deciding factor in terms of how they were able to be so successful on both sides, because even their O-line protected a lot better than I thought they would. Even though we were still getting our sacks and stuff,
right,
Fields is still having time. I did not expect him to have that type of time. I was like, yo, what is this? This is not cool. But when I thought of Najee though, man, I would have liked to see them use him a little bit more in the passing game.
Right.
Because I felt like early on in the season, when the running game hasn't been as good as as we wanted to be, that's the alternative. We're going to start getting to him out the backfield, let him be an impact player. We really didn't see a lot of that. I did like the commitment though, 22 carries. And a lot of those, I mean, a good amount was
2.8 yards a carry.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. We don't ask about how many yards.
These are Trent Richardson lines out here.
I just like the fact that they were committed to him. They were committed. 22, and some of them were under center. And that was the other thing that was highlighted a little bit last night. But when you're running it under center, man, it helps out a lot in terms of your disguise, in terms of just as a whole, the operation of it and the strain it puts on the defense. Now, granted, the second half, the defense, especially that D-line, just said, all right, we're just going to kick y'all butt up front. We don't care where he's lined up at. And that kind of changed things. But to me, man, the O-line they got to pick it up a little bit more. They got to pick it up, because that will help out Najee and keep him going where he's supposed to go. Because, yeah, even though his numbers were down yesterday, I don't think it was a down performance by him.
No, maybe a little wake-up call, because I still think what the line did yesterday was improved from those first 2 to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
4 weeks at least.
Mhm.
It wasn't what it was against the Browns. It wasn't what it has been these last couple weeks. But maybe just a little wake-up call, get things right.
And I'll say this too, man. When people hear Khalil Mack is out, they instantly think Bears D-line, their front seven is going to be bad. And that's not the case. They have good players. They just didn't have another superstar up there. Whereas, like, we got TJ and we have Cam. So now when you talk about Highsmith, it's like, man, if that's the third guy out there, it's like, man, you're sitting pretty right now. Whereas for the Bears, they didn't have that. But Robert Quinn is still a really good player. You talk about Akeem. He's a really good player. We said with Roquan Smith, really good player. And all three of those dudes we saw throughout the game make timely plays and really keep them and keep Najee at bay. So even though, like I said, you don't have the name of Khalil Mack, you still had good players out there. So I didn't think of it as necessarily the O-line took a step back or played bad. I just thought that this was a bump up in competition because as I've talked about Myles Garrett before, and I say, Myles is a really good player. Like, he's an elite player. He gets after the quarterback. To me, though, I don't think he plays as hard as Robert Quinn plays, play in and play out. You look at the speed that Robert plays with. Now, granted, they're different in terms of their body makeup and stuff like that. But to me, I just feel like Robert plays with like a little bit extra motor. And that is what causes Dan to struggle a little bit, especially at the end of those plays when he's having to turn the corner with guys. But it was good to at least see Dan keep fighting. Just kept fighting. Stay in the fight, baby. Just stay in the fight. Make the block when you need to make the block. Just stay in the fight, though. Whatever you do, man.
He's been battling all season.
Hey, staying in the fight, man.
And I'm with you on those Najee passes out the backfield. I would have liked to see a few more because some of those short passes, I remember seeing one of them to Kevin Radar. So what the hell are we doing? Like, if you're going to dump it off short, why don't we get it to like Najee Harris or like even Brett Freiermuth? Someone that could make the dude miss.
Shout out to Kevin, man. That's just part of my he was with us doing the youth football camps, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's all love. It's all love.
Good for him.
It's all love.
I even thought that was on I don't know if it was a second and short or a third and short, where the first down was literally only 2 or 3 yards away.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get the play. Yeah, throw it short and see if your dude can make a play one-on-one. Like, why is it him? Yeah. It should not have been him. Throw it to Najee. You're right. There wasn't enough in the passing game.
I wanted to see him featured a lot more there. When the running game isn't available, go to Najee out the backfield, throwing it to him because he's still going to create mismatches. Him in space, him just every single play, the load that it takes trying to tackle him, it wears you down, you know? So when you see them not going to him, that was the part where it's like, man, come on, baby. We could be more effective here. Now, I do like how we're continuing to get Pat more involved, but can I be real? I still feel like we should do it more.
Yeah.
He's
probably our greatest mismatch right now.
Seriously, like we talk about combat catches. Last night looked like training camp to me because this is what he's been doing since he's gotten here, bro. He makes all type of crazy circus catches. His body control is unreal, and he has amazing hands in terms of just consistently catching the ball. So when I see that, I'm just like, why aren't we featuring him more? Why does it just have to be high red zone or a guy to have a possession down? Like, we can use him. We you know what I mean? He's showing that he's able to handle this. Is not too big for him. It's not going to overwhelm him. No rookie wall nonsense. Like, let that man continue. The same way we've taken the training wheels off of Najee, and now we see like, his usage has spiked up even more. I feel like Pat has to be the same way. You got to take those training wheels off and let that man really go out there more now.
We should probably start treating him like Kelsey or Gronk.
I personally, I'm all for that. I don't understand why wait. It's like he's ready to go.
And the reason I bring this up, this goes back to the OBJ talk a little bit. I'm sitting in the end zone yesterday. There's points where I don't see enough separation from the receivers. So when we're talking about mismatches, who's the greatest one in our offense right now? I think it's Freiermuth.
And the thing too with Freiermuth, not only can he create separation, Ben and him in terms of that trust we talked about, right? We said I think it was Deontay. We were like, man, Ben just put it over to Deontay because he's just trusting he's going to get it. Pat is showing that, hey, if you put it in my vicinity, I can get it.
Yeah, I mean, these are for some of these really combat catches.
But with these throws, though, because we're talking about the distance with them, right? There where Ben is going to be highly accurate. We're not talking 40 yards downfield. These 25s and in. Ben is going to
hook routes.
Yeah, he's elite with his accuracy there. You can see where he puts it at. So to me, I'm like, that even benefits 7, and not just benefits 7 and Pat. It benefits the O-line. Because that's not a route that is long developing. So that's the other thing where I'm just like, we got to feature him more. You got to start going to him a little bit more. That's going to help this whole line out. But it's with a guy that we know is a mismatch, a guy that we know can win. And even if he's not winning by a ton of separation, if Ben puts it in the area, he's going to be able to get that. So that's my other thing with him, man.
I'm with you 100% on that. He had a good game. I mean, these last 2 weeks have been really good games for him, but there's still more.
Because I think he was only, targeted 6 times.
He had 4 or 5 catches.
4 catches on, it was either 4 catches on 5 targets or 5 catches on 6 targets.
I think around 40 yards. He had a similar stat line last week. This week, he just had 2 touchdowns. Last week, he had the 1. I mean, we've been saying it. We've been calling for it. So hopefully it just keeps growing, his targets and his usage. Now, what do you think? I want to pivot to this because we're talking about receivers and separation. I think it's actually a serious conversation we should have about bringing in Odell Beckham now.
No, what's caused this sense of urgency? I wouldn't say change of heart because you've already been on the bring Odell in.
I'm good with it. I think we all understand there could be a risk, but now I'm willing to just overlook the risk.
Okay. But I was saying, why though?
It's because of the receiver separation.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed in that, and I think Odell could bring a different element. I mean, you have him. I mean, if you could just have that lineup with Odell, Freiermuth, Deontay, Claypool, and then Najee in the backfield, that's going to spell a lot of trouble for defenses. And I think he could be a difference maker. And if he's being legit about going to a contender, and I feel like he respects Mike Tomlin, I would guess if his whole story about come get me is true, maybe he respects the Steelers organization too. I think it's worth the risk.
How'd you feel about your boy James Washington, though, man? He had a catch last night. Big catch, actually. It might have been Ben's longest throw of the game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was to initially.
None of us did, bro. None of us did. But shout out to the taking advantage of the Bears, though, right? In terms of we don't care when you're going to make a mistake. It's on us to make that mistake be exploited, right? We had a chance where we had a blown coverage and they missed on it. Ben hit both of his, though. That one and obviously the Deontay one at the end, but to me, I was looking at the same thing, like, man, where we going with that ball?
I saw what he was doing though. Once Washington caught, I'm like, yeah, that was the right play.
Oh, that was perfect play. Yeah, he read the safety. Safety with the wrong whistle was good.
Exactly.
I was like, I don't know what route they were running. I don't know how that got drawn up. Hey, you run 10 yards. I'm gonna run 11 yards. We're gonna be right next week. Actually, it was 42. So you run 39 yards. I'm gonna run 42 yards. All right. You stop there. I'm gonna stop there. He gonna hit one of us. We good.
So one of the reasons I'm thinking this is if we're going to run the offense like we did yesterday, I think it is a no-brainer to bring in Odell. I think he'd be a difference maker. Now, if we're running it like we did Browns,
in terms of
that's a different story. We may not need Odell as much. Maybe the risk isn't worth it. I don't know how much of it was based off matchup and what we were seeing before the game going in, and we were kind of set in our ways.
Gentry, he's the other guy. What was his availability? Because to me, I think that changed.
He got hurt or something?
Right, because I think that changed a little bit in terms of the lack of 12 personnel that we've been
seeing. Did he actually get hurt?
He might have been inactive, honestly, dude.
Just check
because they bumped up Kevin day of.
You're right.
Yeah, they bumped up Kevin day of, and I know because it was a Monday game day, I did not get a chance to check all those little things out, man.
I didn't either. So yeah. I'm just out the game, and I see we have Radar in there.
Yeah,
I thought I saw Gentry, but I could have just been seeing things though. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. It might take me a little bit to pull this up. Well, they might not even have it on Pro Football Reference here.
Actives, inactives for the game. Yeah,
I'm not seeing it right now. Let me go to the box score for the game because typically they have that.
Plays he played, because they should have it.
That's what I mean. Get a snap count at least. Yep, we got it up.
How many plays did he get?
He got 51%.
How many snaps though? That's like the numbers.
37.
37. Wow, dude. So he played a lot then. 37 plays.
It wasn't memorable.
Wow. And not a single target either.
We might have just had him out there for obvious run plays.
Yeah, because I'm looking. I'm like, he's not even on the receiving thing for even having a target. Nothing up here, man.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
Kevin Radar had
one target.
He had one snap. That was the one play he was out there.
Threw it to him on his front. Wow. All right.
That's how much, I guess, targets could mess with how much you think someone played or not, huh?
Seriously, right? I'm looking over here like Kevin has one target. I don't see anything for Zach. Did Zach play? Is he all right? Was he injured? Sheesh. Shout out to Gentry. He was out there then. All right.
That's hilarious.
Man.
So James Washington got 57.
Yeah.
Ray got 36. Let's give those snap counts to Odell. Let's bring them in. That's what I'm thinking right now. Are you for it or against it?
What's Claypool's status right now? Because
that's true too.
Yeah, Claypool
Hamstring.
went out.
I saw it on the bottom ticker.
Yeah, and Coach T, when he talked about it, he didn't give too many details, but
It's been that hamstring
he did mention
too.
him. A couple weeks now. If his availability is seriously in question, then sure, I'm for it. But if it's not, still, for me, man, as much as I would love him from an on-field productivity perspective, I think that he would definitely improve us. My biggest concern is when a miss happens in terms of if the throw is short, if the throw is too long, if he's not getting the targets that he feels like he should be getting, how does he react? How does he handle that? That's my only concern right now, because we talked about it in terms of their wide receiver group. They are young, and we know that Odell can be disgruntled at times, and he wants the ball, you know? And our offense at times looks like we can get players the ball, then at other times looks like we can't get anybody the ball. It's weird. It's weird, man. So as much as I would love it, unless Claypool is going to miss significant time, I personally want to do it.
We missed out on Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, he went right to the Raiders, man. He saw opportunity, man.
People were trying to bring up tweets. Did you see it?
I did not.
He was the biggest Steeler fan growing up.
Okay, his dad's is like a Steeler fan. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he's going to get a lot of playing time for the Raiders. He's going to take Ruggs' role.
Well, and their offense in terms of Carr, the way Carr's playing this year, I mean, it makes perfect sense for him to want to go there, man.
So I'm for Odell. For Odell.
Trust me, I would too. Like, I get the whole drama narrative though, and that's the only thing that like kind of irks me, because I do feel like it's not always warranted. But at the same time, I do feel like it's something that you have to consider when you factor in everything else that could go into it. Like, if it was just, is he going to be happy? Is he going to be upset? That's one thing. But it's not just that. It's like, okay, now does he become a cancer? Now is he becoming demonstrative? Like, what's next? Because we've seen him do that before. Now, granted, it wasn't in Cleveland. It was more so in New York. But then we also saw how it ended in Cleveland as well. That's my only thing with it, man. That's my only thing. But yeah, in a vacuum, like, yes, because he can ball. We talk about number one receivers. We talk about, guys that can actually go get it and get it done and can win consistently, create separation. He is that guy that can do all of those things. He can, regardless of these narratives that people want to create about him. It's no different. We talked about the AB situation, right? It became the blend of, well, AB's such a bad person off the field, that means he's not good on the field anymore. It's like, no. Don't confuse the two now. It could be this, but this dude still can ball on the field. With Odell, it's the same concept. Like, the drama, yeah, it's potentially going to be there, but that doesn't take away from what he could do on the field, especially with a guy that could throw on the rock.
I think it could work. I think it's worth the risk. I'm willing to do it. Yeah. I'm willing to do it right now. I guess all it took me was yesterday's game.
Oh, man. But your boy Deontay, he went off, though, man. You was calling it, too.
Those 2 touchdowns were meant for Pat in my take.
That's what it was?
I mixed it up a little bit.
That's what it was?
I mixed it up.
Okay.
I knew it was a player with number 8 on their jersey, but he didn't have the game that I thought. I guess none of the receivers really did, because I thought Claypool was I even bet it in a parlay. I had Claypool going over 40 yards receiving. That didn't happen either. But nah.
Yeah, Claypool.
I just think we could use.
Was it 3 catches, 30 yards, though? He had a 26er.
I just think, based off what I saw from the receivers yesterday, still the concerns with a little bit of the lack of separation, we could use a playmaker. We could use someone extra dynamic out there that could.
Allen Robinson. Not playing.
Too late.
I know. I messed.
Too late.
So he had that catch yesterday. I was like, dude, you're supposed to be on this team doing that. Not on that team doing it against us, man. Come on.
Yeah, that would have been a good call, too. Now, you want to get back in the chats?
Yeah, we're going to get back to the chats before we go to the defense side of the ball. Yeah.
Is there anything else offensively we're missing? We talked O-line.
Talked O-line. No, we got to talk 7, though, man.
Thought he played good?
7. No, absolutely, man. Once again, though, right? It's funny, man. The 30 and under thing. Like, it's crazy to me, but like watching him as accurate as he was, literally 21 of 30, man. Like, in a condensed situation like that for Seven's gonna make those throws when we're not asking him to do too much. I thought as a whole, like, his control of the offense looked good. I also liked how we're starting to see him. He was pulling the Aaron Rodgers out there. 12 men on the field, we're gonna snap the rock. He did it twice now, and
the one failed.
The one he was good on. The other one, I guess, he
at the end of the game.
Yeah, he was like, that's the 11th guy. He was over there like, no. So yeah, I don't know. But I did like that though, man, because that's something that we haven't seen from Seven this season. So that was good to see that growth. But as a whole, man, clean with the ball, no turnovers. Even though he did try to give us a heart attack with you. Mr. Pump Fake again, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, now the first time it was like, all right, now.
Oh.
We said we have never seen this happen before. This is never going to happen again.
I was frightened about that one. Dude,
I was too. I was like, yo, oh my God. Did it just happen again? Yeah.
That one got a little bit more. I don't know. What do you want to say? Yeah. Not vertical, but more out there.
And it came out earlier, too. It was like here versus the last one kind of stuck. Yeah. But Lord, whew.
That was close. At that time of the game, too.
Bro, that would have, oh, man, that would have been bad.
I may have taken off today.
I would have been sick. I was like, oh. But as a whole, though, man, like I enjoy watching this play. Number one, the toughness was there, too, because he definitely took some shots, man.
I thought he had that first down at the end. I really did. When they showed the replay.
He was short.
Was he short?
Yeah, he was short.
I really thought he had it, dude.
I like the grittiness from him, but yeah, he definitely was short. Like, to me, it looked like he choked it down a little bit when he saw the defender there versus if he probably takes one more step, it's going to be a bigger collision, but he definitely would get the first down then. I just thought he kind of choked it down, but it's smart because you don't need to be taking them type of shots from D linemen who've been chasing after you all day. But I just thought his ball placement, man, I thought his vision was really good. Like I said, being able to pick up on the James Washington hit, right? When you saw the safety go the wrong way and then hitting Deontay where the corner drops him. It's like, man, you got to know your stuff. You got to know what you're looking at to take advantage of that because it's not a mismatch. It's not a blown coverage if you don't hit on it. It's just we got out of that one. Doesn't really hurt anybody. So to me, I thought that was really good. And it was good to see that vintage clutch drive too, man, because it's not often that we're getting these right now. It's not often that we've been in situations where we've been able to come back like that, man. So it was good to see that actually happen and him actually produce in that moment, man.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I was a little disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to necessarily put this on Seven. I was just a little disappointed in the conservativeness of the offense in the second half, whether it's play calling, whatever it is. But also, I saw the receivers lack of separation at points. I'm like, I don't know, because he's running around in the pocket a little bit looking for open guys. I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily see anyone open out there. So yeah, I thought he played pretty good, and like you said, all right, we're down a point. Yeah. We need a clutch drive. We need a field goal.
It was good.
Dude gets it done, man.
I was like, man, if this all you got for us this shit, hey, thank you. Give it to us. We appreciate that greatly, man. Yeah, but that was good, though, man. It was definitely good.
Yeah, I thought Seven played good.
Yeah. Now, let's see. Because we got quarterback, running back, fullback.
Got a carry.
Got a couple Derek White.
He actually was out there.
He was. He played. Yeah,
like
Derek
10
White
snaps
was
or
out there,
something.
bro.
Was it 7 or 8?
Yeah.
10 snaps. Let me see. 7 snaps. 10%.
Yeah, man.
He's
like
out there a little bit.
Give it 10%. I like it.
But it feels like radar. Feels like Gentry.
Yeah.
Not really memorable outside of his one run.
Yeah.
I think it's more because the running game was so stagnant. There was really
we got some
nothing
Benny
to
Snell,
it.
though.
Jeez, dude.
We got some Benny Snell and some Kalen Ballage.
I don't know why McFarland was inactive.
Yeah, I don't know either. Him and Zach Banner, man. Like, both of those dudes. I was like, yo, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? And then watching how the game went with the O-line, I'm like, you're making me question your decision making here, coaches. I don't like this, but I understand. I guess.
Do you think it could be because it's Monday night? It's a big game now. Like Lions, it's going to be more low key.
Honestly,
it might be easier to put them in.
For me, I looked at it in terms of McFarland or Banner.
Banner.
For Banner, I thought they leaned on chemistry. I think that they said, hey, look, this group has been playing well these past 3 games. Let's not mix it up if we don't have to. Let's see if they can continue to hold it up. And part of me was like, I can get that. And I'm not necessarily against that. But yesterday showed that is not what we think it is right now. And versus better quality opponents like we've seen these past 2 weeks, we've seen how it can handicap our offense to make us have to get rid of the ball faster or not even be able to run some of these just short yardage running plays. So to me, that's where I say, okay, man, I get the continuity. I get we tried that approach, but you have a player that you know can make you better in a spot that you need to be better in. It's nothing like, what else are we going to be sitting here waiting on? And we can say the same about McFarland. It's like, man, no McFarland out there. You don't really have a change of pace. It was nothing different. It's like, if I want to watch a guy run into a wall 2 yards off the line of scrimmage, let me at least get Najee, because he a bigger body. He can fall forward. I don't want to see Benny Snell running into that brick wall, and we know how that's going to end, you know? Like, that was my thing with it. Serious.
I agree with you.
I'm like, at least give me the guy that's going to fall forward. He going to give me an extra yard and a half.
As much as I like Balaj too, I kind of feel the same way when he's out there.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's like, y'all don't do anything different. Y'all are, and not in a disrespectful way, but they are the lesser versions of what Najee is, not just in ability, but in stature as well. And that is different. I mean, there's no, we used to watch the crunch and you're like, hey, this is this guy. Now, if you take away, his muscles, this is what he looks like. You take away his beard, this is what he looks like. He's like, dude, it's drastically different. So it's like, I don't care about if Benny or Balaj can do similar things to Najee. They aren't Najee. So if they're out there and Najee's not, we're going to feel some type of way about it. And yesterday just kind of reiterated that for us, man.
Yeah, it does annoy me a little bit too. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Anything else on offense?
No, I think we're good.
I think that's it. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we're good on offense. So you know what we should do? Let's get to these chats. Should be on Donald Copeland.
Oh shit.
You might be, or did it jump on you?
I mean, dude, this could be bad. I could be way down.
Oh man.
I'm at Steeler Nation 412.
Oh yeah, you way down. All right, yeah. So no worries. I'll read these off. All right, first off, and we got Donald Copeland though, man, using this free 5-month upper room chat. Shout out to you for your support. He says, sorry fellas, been busy working, but quick question. Why are we handing the ball off to James Washington and bring back Trey Norwood? Yeah, I don't understand why we were handing it off to James. I mean, it worked with Claypool. It got us the first down. He got smashed on it, but it got us the first down.
Some of the jet sweeps worked yesterday.
Yeah. So, I mean, in a sense, they did help out. It was especially a good change of pace when we weren't able to get the penetration up front. And in terms of Trey Norwood, but this is the thing. We talk about, like, a guy like Mollett, he brings you more physicality in the run game. He can blitz and things like that. But the coverage part was going to be,
well, we haven't seen a game like this from him either.
Correct. So he's been kind of good in that sense. And with Trey Norwood, we know it's kind of like the opposite. Typically a lot better coverage wise. But
he did have some physical play. He lit up Deke Metcalf on that one hit.
He's improved. Absolutely. So, I mean, is one game enough to make you switch him out?
Yeah, I'm ready. That was a bad last drive, dude.
So 2 plays essentially.
I think there was 3. Well, the one,
2 plays.
The one he missed on. The worst one was there was a bomb. I think it was vertical on the right sideline. He missed.
That was on the.
I think they
coverage though.
They went like 3-4 plays in a row, like straight to Mollett.
Yeah. So 3 plays. That's enough. The only reason I ask is because,
I'm willing to give Norwood more time. I'll put it to that way.
Because the reason I ask is because, like, with Pierre, for example, right? He's had a play or two in the same game where people are like, oh man, or Cam Sutton has had a play or two in the same game. And it's like, we give those guys benefit of the doubt. We say, hey, man, we're going to come back to them. And with Mollett, every time he's been out there prior to those 3 plays, what did we say? I mean, even you said it coming in here. He was like, bro, I was trying to see where everybody was tripping on Mollett. Yeah. Like, he played well. I thought he looked good. And
I think the thing with Mollett is we have Trey Norwood behind him who we think might be better than him. And we've seen him perform at high levels at points throughout this season. Whereas I think with the Pierre Sutton stuff, we're just like, who else are we putting out there? I don't even think we have anyone else. I think the next guy was Justin Lane at certain points because there was injuries and everything.
Because my issue is like, we're talking about Arthur Mollett 3 weeks ago, and we're like, yo, this dude looks good. Like, he's balling. I'm glad he's out here.
Game,
you know what I mean? And now it's like, oh man, this is enough. I seen 3 plays. Get him out of here. It's like, yeah, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
That was a rash reaction by me, but I will say I don't think it hurts to get Trey Norwood some time now. I don't know how they want to split it up though, because you're right. It's different elements.
And is he going to be solely at nickel, or are they going to try to use him like how they did in the past, where he's playing some nickel, he's playing some safety as well? So that's the other part with Norwood.
Do reporters ask Tomlin these questions?
You said, do they?
Yeah. Because I mean, that's an actual interesting question.
Sometimes they do, but then sometimes they ask about, USC and all this other jizz and jazz, man. So, yeah, just depends, man.
I mean, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
What's your thought process between Mollett versus Norwood? Who gets more snaps? How do you do that on a game-to-game basis, man? I mean, that would be interesting to hear.
No, I would like to hear it as well, man.
Right.
I definitely would. All right, next up we got Zach Bartram, and he says, this ESPN analyst crew is awful. Made me want Booger back. I don't agree, man. I enjoy Louis Riddick. Excuse me. I'm thinking about
he's good.
I think he's really good, man. Not just the way that he breaks down, but the way he articulates it to make it a lot more simplified for the casual listener. I mean, like, he knows some high level stuff, man. So I can't go with the whole crew because my man Lou is doing his thing.
Yeah, I like Riddick. It was funny though. I saw it from the stadium. The dude missed that 65-yarder by a mile.
Oh my God!
Did you hear Steve Levy?
What?
Hit the crossbar.
Oh my God! He was like a foot away. Jeez, this is crazy. I was like, the heck you looking at? Boy, that thing, the logo, tops. It was hitting like the letters in the end zone, man.
If he was watching the TV copy up there, I don't know if that's a thing.
Sometimes
it does kind of look like there was a little optical illusion where it bounced right at the spot the crossbar was, but it was like 10 yards in front of it.
As heck, bro. It was short.
Hilarious.
Even wise, I'm just like, bro, I don't know what you're looking at, buddy. But no, they like the ESPN crews. They have multiple cameras, and so they will see the hard feed that's not even like the TV feed. This is like just the live like hard feed. And then they also got the TV copy and they got their replay one as well. So yeah, he does have multiple angles of it, not just count what he's visually looking at as well. But yeah, I was like, yo, what? We said, oh my God, it was a foot away. It bounced, almost had a little leg on it.
I bet you a lot of fans got fooled because I tweeted something out like saying like the Bears kicker, small Deke energy, you can't make a 65-yarder at Heinz Field, whatever. And someone said in the comments like, "Oh wait, what do you mean? He almost made that."
Oh man!
So they got fooled by Levy's call even.
Yeah, because I was like, that was not close at all. All right, next up though, man, we got Vincent Murray. Shout out to Vince, man. He came through in the tailgate.
Yeah,
always looking dapper, especially on game day. Shout out. He says it was good seeing y'all at the tailgate last night. With the alarm and the fire emoji. He says, imagine if they call that Marsh call on TJ every time he does his kick after a sack. Marsh got chewed out for that call on the sideline after that as well, shaking my head. Yeah, I did not like the way, because you probably couldn't see it.
I saw it. No, I saw it in the replay today.
Like the way his coach went, I'm like, bro, you first off, you need to chill out. But secondly, if you gonna have that energy on the sideline, you need to have that same energy today when you done cut that tape on and get that man a straight up apology in front of everyone. Because like to me, I'm like, yo, you tripping. Like this dude that made a big time play, and because the referees called just a janky, just outlandish call, now you flipping like that on that man. Like, but I've always had issues with coaches like that. Like, I'm a man first. You know what I mean? You that was a little just too loud. You better breathe, partner. Breathe.
Yeah, I did.
That was my only thing. Yeah, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of that right there, man. I just feel like you can be upset with a guy, but it's still people. Talk to him like a person. You know what I mean? Like it's a grown man right there.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't trying to get a taunting call there.
Like, come on, bro. He'd have made probably one of the biggest plays of his life. Like realistically, right? Just talking about in terms of moments and stuff like that, significance. It's like, man, that's how you like. Come on, bro. Like, chill out. It was not to that extent, man. So that was my other thing right there, man.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Freddie G 187 on the under. Oh, I'm sorry. But Freddie G 187 says, will Najee Harris get sponsored by Modelo after his ESPN interview? And he says, El Tao Tao. I missed the interview. What happened in the interview, man?
Oh, you missed it?
I did.
Are you serious?
I totally missed it, bro. We haven't.
He was just showing support for Mexico because he was doing an interview with I think ESPN Deportes reporter. So you know how he did that with Rogers.
Right.
Rogers is like speaking in Spanish.
Yeah.
Dude, you have to watch it. Like I feel like I'm not gonna do it justice, but yeah, he was
Did
very.
he speak Spanish?
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah.
It was like he'd say a word, but then he'd go start speaking English.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he started singing like Feliz Navidad. Yeah, he was. They were singing another song at the end too.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, you just have to watch it. I'm not gonna do it justice, but that's where the joke comes from. He might get sponsored by Modelo's.
Yo, that's funny, man. Feliz Navidad. All right. Next up, man, we had Richard Arbizo. Richard Arbizo says, just copped my terrible tailgate ticket for the Chargers game. Can't wait to see Henny Deke in person. Yeah, bro. LA is going to be crazy. Cannot wait, man. Also, man, we got homies pulling up. Robert Golden, man, former safety here, and Mike Mitchell, man, pulling up as well with us, man. So it's going to be a blast with the crew, with the fellas out there, man. So yeah, definitely look forward to seeing you out there, Richard. And for those that don't know what we're talking about, I will put that flyer in the community page as well, so y'all can already get ahead of the game, because yesterday's tailgate actually sold out, man. We had an issue here. People were like, man, can we buy? I want to pay cash. We're like, we ain't got no room. We tapped out. It was crazy. We probably had to tell you like that since like Arizona, bro.
Oh yeah,
that was like Arizona big, bro.
Well, they've all been pretty big this year.
Yeah, this year they've been big, but that like in terms of, I know on our end, in terms of like the numbers wise that we were able to document, that was bigger than AZ, bro. That was
really,
like, yeah. In terms of, it was 300. It's 300. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We cut it off at 3. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everyone that showed up.
No,
I mean,
man,
it was a blast,
salute, bro.
It was a blast.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's a couple people in the chat, but shout out to you.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. All right, we also got Nick Y. Nick Y says, Moats and Deke, good morning, fellas. Top of the morning to you, my brother. Nice upper room tea, Moats. Mine's is in the mill. Shout out to you, Nick Y. You know how we living over here, man. Space cadetting it out, man. Galaxy Travelers. Shout out, man. So yeah, look forward to seeing yours. Then we also got Michael Alexander. Man, am I getting close to you yet? No, I'm not. You said Still Nation 412. Yeah, we got a ways to go still. But it's a good problem to have. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in this morning, man. We appreciate y'all. Hopefully, we're making your work life a lot easier if you're preparing for school or if you are in school. Hopefully, we are helping you out. So either way, it is all love. All right, but we got Michael Alexander. And he says, more is a turnstile. Milet was getting torched, and our play calling will never be fluid when your line is horrible. No, I mean, in terms of the O-line play, yes, they have to be way more consistent. That does impact Ben. That does impact Najee. And more importantly, it impacts these receivers. When you talk about them not getting the separation, sometimes, man, you need a little bit more time to get some separation. Or we talk about like the ad-lib style plays, right? In terms of what we saw when Ben hit Fryman for the touchdown.
First touchdown. Yeah.
Right. That wasn't the design of the play. No, it was, okay, we got protection up front. Ben doesn't like what he sees. Now Ben can ad-lib, and then from there the receivers can ad-lib. And as a guy in coverage, that is our nightmare, because it's one thing if I know you're running a traditional route, I can guard you on any traditional route. The issue is now once you've gone past that route and now we're just playing backyard football, and you could just stop
you
here
could go
and
everywhere.
burst this way. Oh, you burst back that way. And I got to look at you. I can't look at the quarterback anymore. It makes it so much more difficult. But you can't get to that if your O-line isn't protecting. That's one of the things that Russell Wilson has thrived at, right? A lot of times it's not the first, timing pass that he's successful on. It's him moving around, scrambling around, make a guy miss, and then he daggers you because his receivers have time to move around. I think, matter of fact, that's Odell. He said it's one of the teams he wanted to go to. And that was one of the things that people were bringing up as well. In terms of just like how he can, because his style of game, he's not a timing guy. He's more of a like, he's gonna run his route, but let him ad-lib. And that fits perfect for what Russ does. But with 7, he does similar things. The issue is right now, the O-line isn't consistent enough up front. And in the past with 7, even when his O-line hasn't been the best, he was still young enough, athletic enough to make a guy miss, throw a guy off. We talk about the Big Ben, right? Oh, 3 guys on him, he's shoving them off. That part of his game has gone. So now it's a lot more reliant and dependent upon that O-line being consistent week in and week out. And that's just something that they're still, trying to find their way to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Now we got Cam Letson. Shout out to Cam Letson as well. He says, good morning from Rochester, New York. Lost my fantasy game by 0.5 because Ben ran the ball on 3rd down and I was up until 5 a.m. because that game stressed me out so much. Love the show, boys. Dang. So how did he
Was he going up against 7?
I don't know, man. About? Yeah, I don't know. You're the fantasy expert.
That has to be what he's talking about.
Yeah, you're the fantasy expert, bro.
He went up against Ben and got some extra points for the rushing.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Did he gain any yards on it, though?
They count rushing points a little bit different than passing.
Because he has 2, because the stat says 2 carries, 0 yards for him, though. but he has a long of 1 yard. Like that's what it says for his rushing stats. Like I don't.
Was
get it,
he
man.
at -1, and then with the rush,
that could have
it
been
bumped him up?
Yeah,
That's my only thought. I don't remember
yeah.
his other rush. I remember the one at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember. Yeah,
I can't remember another one.
yeah, wasn't he sneaks? Yeah, so.
Well, that's what you get for going up against Ben in fantasy.
There it is. All right, let's go UW. He says, speaking of game-winning drives, 7 is tied for 3rd all-time at 50 with your boy Tom Brady.
That's the only comment?
Yeah, he just says, speaking of game-winning drives, 7 is tied for 3rd all-time at 50 with your boy Tom Brady.
I just would like to see Ben get some respect, get some more credit out there.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, he's been clutch. We've known this.
Yeah.
So it's not news to me.
Yeah.
I've known he's been up there in that stat for a while.
Talk your talk.
Nah, it's not surprising.
Talk your talk. No, it is surprising. Talk your talk, man.
No, it's not surprising. I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Man.
I know he was always up there in that stat throughout his whole career. So, yeah, not surprising. It is what he is. It's clutch.
Let's go. All right. What was this? Jerry Valtanen. All right, Jerry Valtanen. Let's get it. Oh, good. You almost up next. We got him right in front of Steeler Nation. Perfect.
Cool.
All right. He says, Helsinki, Finland in the house. Yo, Deke and Moats. Love the show. Keep it up. What is the issue with the secondary? They are so inconsistent, it hurts.
Yeah.
The inconsistency.
And it's literally within the game.
Yeah. For me, part of it looks like blown coverage. Part of it looks like just at times the better matchup is being on the offensive side. We talked about the Arthur Marlette versus like Allen Robinson. Like that's not a matchup you necessarily want. You know what I mean? Like I think it's that combination as a whole. But they're young. That's the other thing, man. Not everybody is a Joe Hayden in the terms of just play in and play out consistency. Play in and play out, you know what you're getting from Joe. It's the exact same every time. With younger players, that's the issue with younger players. Sometimes it's going to be mental. Sometimes it might be physical. Sometimes they just might have a bad play. But because they're young and there's multiple things going on, you can't really account or hang your hat on anything. And now when you put in multiple players that are young, now you're going to have to deal with that on multiple fronts, which is typically why you don't see a lot of young players play early in the league. It might be 1 or 2 guys on a team at a time playing in terms of offense and defense, but you want to have a pretty veteran group or more veterans out there than younger players. Right now, our secondary, when we talk about the corners that we name off, they're all either young in terms of age or young in terms of playing experience. So that's the situation right now, man.
Yeah.
But hopefully it improves.
100%.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Do I got the next one?
Yeah.
Is it?
We finally got back to you.
Steeler Nation 412. Canada needs to keep using those jet sweeps. Literally the comment underneath that says Knight Rider 16. Matt Canada brain glitched and got stuck on jet sweeps.
Wow. It's like that. It definitely is like that sometimes, man.
I would say the jet sweep thus far this season has proved me wrong. Has definitely proved me wrong, and I actually think as a whole was successful yesterday as well. Yeah. There's points though; it is run maybe 1 or 2 too many times, but You know what? I'm gonna say I'm wrong on the jet sweep as a whole this season because I didn't want to see it again, but it's actually had some positive impact.
I would agree, man. Keep it as long as we're not overdoing it and it's successful, we'll roll with it.
Okay. Hold on.
Should be Garrett. It should be next one.
Oh man, I hope I have it, dude. I think so. Yep, I got it. Yeah. We're good.
Because it's all understood nation, so you'll be good. Yeah.
Garrett Slingerland. Up 2 scores in the second half. You know they were going to be throwing. Trey should have been in if you know he's the better cover guy.
I mean, you bring up a good point. Definitely do. The only issue when you start doing some of that, because remember, the game was never... Or put it like this: when it went, was it 20-6 or whatever?
21-6.
No, because we missed the field goal.
Oh shit!
So it was
right.
20-6. That next drive, they didn't score. They got a field goal on the next drive, if I remember correctly.
I think they scored a touchdown.
Because whatever they did, because we never had like a 2-score lead for a long time. So for me, I don't think you could just go out there and say, "Hey, we're gonna play." Prevent style defense or covers, get your cover guys out there, because I still thought that they could play their offense as normal just based on the flow of it.
Yeah, so after we scored the touchdown,
Mhm.
20-6, then they score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that would have been 20-13 then.
Yeah.
We kick a field goal, 23-13.
Mhm.
They fumble, we punt,
They punt.
we get the field goal.
Mhm.
They get a touchdown, field goal, missed field goal. That was that was the breakdown right there. Yeah, that touchdown was what am I missing here? I don't know. I don't even want to get into this. I'm gonna cause myself go crazy here trying to figure out what plays happened when. Looking at these, what would you even call this? Like a game log, a game breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have
Should be at Rain. Who's it?
Yeah, upper room member.
Yes. Rain Fagan. Shout out to you and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Speaking of coaches, this is from Big Fungus. Anyone see our special teams coach chew out Big Kickus after the shank putt? Kid needs a break. He had a bad game.
But I will say this, though. Danny Smith didn't chew him out. I've seen some Danny Smith chewing outs. That was a stern talk, too. That was hey, look, man, you got to get it together because you making not just you look bad, but you making me look bad as well. That's what that was. But nah, he ain't get on it. Trust me. But yeah, I mean, once again, you're talking about rookies, man. Young players, this is what young players do. They are inconsistent. You know, it's never going to be perfect with those guys. Still don't second guess the decision because they made it with the right intent. So, you know, it's one of them things when he'll bounce back. And you saw in the game, I mean, even though he did have a couple of bad ones, he did have a good, when he dropped right by the 10, it was either by the 10 or a yard in front of the 10. Like, so either way, like he had some moments, but yeah, he does have to play a lot better. But the thing that he did do well was on all three of them field goals that we made, he made sure that ball was down, them laces were out. So we'll take that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Because the one punt before half, I think that actually contributed to them getting a field goal. Gave them that short field.
It did.
That sucked.
It was like a 30-yard punt, bro. Yeah.
Juan Rangel, Najee, a fantasy star and a real life star.
No, facts.
Can I get a signed Najee jersey?
That's my fantasy running back. He definitely helped me get it in yesterday. Shout out.
I mean, with Derrick Henry being out, he's got to be probably a top 3 or 4 fantasy running back right now because the usage.
He always getting touches, man. Always.
Jerry 3260, Madden better boost Minka's hit power. How about that hit?
Oh yeah, man, it was a good hit, man.
That was a great hit.
Absolutely, Justin, you better get down or get out of bounds. Boy, you tripping? You can't run high and no. I'm looking at the play and I'm just like, yo, Justin, you realize like you're giving us the laser sight when we know the sidelines right there, and you just gonna keep running straight and high. Because now you only could juke this way, baby. So, yeah, I'm like, bro, you are tripping. Hopefully he learns from that. I'm glad Minka gave him that hit, though. Absolutely. Hey, let him know, Minka. Everybody been talking about your tackle. Let him know. Put some respect on what you do.
I think his tackling's been pretty good this year. We haven't seen a hit like that.
No, that was good, though. That was a big one.
That was like a hit stick in Madden.
Yeah.
Brent Fox. Hey, Moats, Deke. Really concerned about blowing substantial leads 2 consecutive games. Also, can we get a Cassius Marsh diss track? That's not in the works right now. That's not in the works. Someone else could make it. We could play it on the show or something, maybe.
Oh man, you're a musician. We were doing some pregame stuff. We had the drums out there. You was about to get on the sticks.
I was.
Yeah, you was about to get after it. You know what I mean? You had the mic there, so you could just play your own beat and then drop your Cassius Marsh diss track right from the heart. Yeah. And we'll debut it right here on the show, man. It'd be awesome.
To be honest with you, I didn't even think he was going to be playing in this game, though.
None of us, they activated him like day of as well. Yeah, because I was seeing like, Cassius Marsh, he's activated. Oh, man, what's going on? And then he started making some plays. I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? You know?
So, back to what he said at the beginning, really concerned about blowing substantial 2 leads, 2 consecutive games. Well, can we really say that with the Browns game? I feel like maybe he's talking more about Seattle.
You said that we was whooping them, though.
That was just, we had to grit that game out with no kicker. I mean, that was a close game, though.
Them, no. You told me we was whooping them.
I felt like that was a better win than what it's going to show on paper, yeah. I felt like that was a double-digit win.
Should we be concerned with blowing substantial leads then?
Is he talking about more of the Broncos Seattle plus this one?
I figure you throw the Broncos. I mean, I can't.
I'm taking wins
because
I'm
every
good with
game
wins.
you always tell me we blowing them out or we did blow them out. So I don't really know. It's hard to differentiate what's a blowout to you or not. You told me 10 points is like I got control. This is a big lead. I'm like 10 points in
That's how I
NFL.
felt.
That is not anything. Like
with 6 minutes left, with us getting the ball back, yeah, it's pretty much over. But we fumbled it and they scored a touchdown right
I'm
from
like,
there.
Man, you know
we gave them
how
3
much
points.
could go on in 6 minutes? Like, bruh.
No, I'm not concerned.
All right, good. I mean, they already are. It ain't nothing changed for me, so I ain't concerned either. Yeah.
Next one we got.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? This is Kuleo? Or no? No. Hold on.
It should be one between Mr. Pitts
Yep.
for life. Yep.
Banner Tuesday or Wednesday this week? Yeah, he's asking it as a question. Love the show.
Hey,
we got Banner Tuesday going on.
Yeah, we actually going to find out in a little bit, man. I hit him a text, but it was a late night for those guys. So we will see. But either way, if not, I will let you know. Actually, I'll let you know tomorrow. If it ain't today, we'll find out. But either way, baby, we just got us a Victory Tuesday. I was about to say Victory Monday. Victory Tuesday. So, yeah.
Kaleo, how we feeling about Ben finally showing Moose some love? Love the show. See y'all in LA.
Hey.
He has been these last couple of weeks, but we want to see more.
We want more. In the words of Coach Tom, it's more meat on the bone. Okay? It's more meat on the bone. Throw that man in the rock.
I'm caught up, right?
Yes, indeed. So now we are good. We'll go to defense, but before we do that, we got to pay some bills, okay? Because I don't want us to get in trouble. So we're going to pay some bills real quick. All righty. So y'all know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to talk about Manscaped and Deke. They got new heat for us today, Deke.
Really?
Deke, they got something new for the people out here, for the culture.
No way.
Uh-oh. Can I? Is it okay? Can I get a sec?
Tell me more.
Well, Deke, there comes a time in everyone's life where you got to wash your hair.
Yeah.
You need shampoo.
I'd say
but
so.
You might need some conditioner as well. I mean, I know you got long, flowing locks. I got my hair as well.
Need to keep the hair hydrated.
Manscaped, bro. We just dropped it. 2-in-1. Shampoo and conditioner. I mean, it's like shampoo, conditioner. This is awesome. But wait, there's more.
No way.
Bruh, you can't just wash your hair, right? You can't just shampoo and condition your hair. What about the rest of your body? You know what I mean? What about your
Gotta
private
keep that
parts?
clean.
You might want to wash your legs, or you might be a feet washer. You might want to wash your feet when you're in the shower. They got body wash now. We got Manscaped body wash, ladies and gentlemen. What are we talking about? So your hair can be shampooed and conditioned. Your body can be properly washed, smelling like how it needs to smell.
Wait, there's one more thing?
It's one more. It's
Damn,
one more,
dude.
Deke. Come on, man. You know how they do. When Manscaped does it, they do it right.
Right.
They're refined now. They even got cologne, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. That's what Manscaped is on. That's what they are doing. And when you make your purchase, if you use the promo code Moats, you will receive 20% off plus free shipping, man. Like I said, awesome situation, awesome scenario. But this is what Manscaped is doing. This is what the people needed. You need body wash. You need your hair smelling fresh. And they got you covered, baby. So take it from us experts up here and use that promo code. Shout out to Manscaped, your delicate twins, and your friends will thank you.
100%.
Boom. All right. That was fun, man. Like when we get to talk about, Manscaped and all that cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got it's legit shampoo and conditioner. Like it's all together.
Yeah.
That's a dope concept.
Yeah, if you're brand loyal, then why not go for that then?
Yeah.
You already got the Manscaped tools that we talked about over these past few months.
Come on, bro.
Why not get the whole set here with the shampoo, conditioner,
ever evolving,
even the cologne?
Yeah, man. So you can smell good after the fact, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And like you said, you got a promo code. Who doesn't want a promo code? So, yeah, man. It's a vibe. It is a vibe. So, to the defensive side of the ball we go.
What do you want to start with?
Can we talk about the front? Can we talk about the big men up front? More importantly, Mr. Cam Hayward. Whew. Like I said, if it wasn't for TJ Watt, man.
You think he'd have a chance? Or do you think he would need more sacks?
I think he would need more sacks just because we know they're going to want the gaudier numbers. But in terms of just his playmaking, man, he is so consistent. Like, I just love watching how consistent he is game in and game out, play in and play out as well. Not just in the running game, in the passing game. He, impacts you, batting down balls.
Is he leading the league in passing Pass
deflections. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I haven't looked at that, but I know he's got to be up there.
I thought I may have heard it on the broadcast whenever I was watching this morning, but yeah, for him to get the pick, pass deflections, and how he's playing, he's aging like fine wine, dude. This is probably another All-Pro season for him.
Yeah, definitely All-Pro season, man. Definitely All-Pro, but it's just crazy, like you said, like fine wine. I mean, he's at 32 now and balling out like he's 22.
Yeah, talking about expectations, he's exceeding my expectations from whenever we signed him to that extension. When was it? A year or two ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, for him to keep playing like this, he's, if anything, he's outplaying the contract.
Yeah. It's looking good, man.
Yeah, good
It's
for
looking
him.
really good, man.
And obviously TJ Watt, I thought Alex Highsmith played pretty good.
I did too, man. And now Alex, he had the tougher matchup in terms of O-lineman. He had Jason Peters. And it was still good to see him having some good rushes on Peters, man. I thought that he did give Jason some difficulty, but Jason's still a good tag. Like, to me, Jason's just old. You know what I mean?
We should trade for him. Well, we should have.
He's 39. He's still a little heavy, but as a whole, Jason's been doing this for a long time at a very, very high level. So with those type of guys, even when they start to slow down, it's still different because they were up here for so long. You know what I mean? So it was good, though, to see Alex have some success. But TJ, man, he did what he needed to do. God, dog. You talk about stepping up, making impact plays, man, multiple times throughout the game. He was doing that, man.
I don't even think it's close right now for Defensive Player of the Year. I really don't. 11.5 sacks right now through, 8 games? He's not stopping anytime soon. He's doing it in prime time. He did it on the Sunday night game. Now it's the Monday night game. Big moments when we need it. I mean,
now he's doing his thing, man.
Crazy.
The only reason I'm not going to say it's not close is because people are still pushing Miles as well. And they still like what Diggs has done thus far in Dallas. That's my only thing. I think TJ is definitely making a stronger case that he should be the front runner for it, but I do think it's very close between those three guys, though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought Diggs' buzz went down a little bit from last week. Didn't he get burned on something?
He did, but when you talk about just because when we bring up TJ, we bring up his numbers. When you bring up Diggs, you got to bring up his numbers.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's like, that's freaky. You know what I mean? Like that's freaky. So that's the only part with that. Like, he's still going to be legitimately in that conversation. And Miles still balled out versus, who did they just play? Versus the Bengals. Yeah, I think he had, 2 sacks that game?
Well, yeah, he's always going to be good, dude. He's always going to be good. But I just feel like in terms of impact and what TJ makes, I can't say Miles doesn't mean as much to the Browns defense as TJ to the Steelers because they're both on that level.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all three of those guys are having crazy years, but that's the only reason I was like, when we say it's not close, I'm just like, I can see how people could say it is close outside of Pittsburgh, just based on when we're bringing all three of those guys, we're just solely talking, what they've been able to do statistically. Now, we can speak on TJ's impact because we watch him a lot more. But I'm sure for the people that watch the Browns every week, they're going to be making the same case of his impact and stuff like that. So, yeah.
What'd you think of Taco?
I mean, he played enough,
A little uneventful.
Which is good. I'm cool with uneventful right now. Like I said, I'll go back and study him. But to me, any of the guys like Taco, Henry Mondo, if I'm not necessarily hearing your name, that's not always a bad thing. Because sometimes we could be hearing your name because you're out there and you're looking like you don't belong, or you're getting picked on a little bit. I'm completely fine if Taco is out there and he's doing his job. And doing his job is what? Make the plays they're supposed to be made. Right? We're not asking you to come out here and be an elite pass rusher. If they run the ball, let you make the tackle. He did that. 3 tackles? I know he had one. It was a good point of attack where he was setting the edge. I do remember that. But as a whole, like I said, I have to go back and watch him to that extent. But yeah, if they're not saying your name, that's not always a bad thing. And in his case, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. How
should Steeler fans feel about Quincy Roche? Since we're talking edge rushers.
You'd be happy for him. I know people are going to hit you with he had the strip sack on Carr. Dude, he could be here with us. Or was it?
He's playing a lot for him.
He's starting right now for them.
Yeah, 72% of their snaps.
He's starting for him right now, but would he start here?
He'd be the third guy.
But that's under this situation now. He would have been the third guy. We're talking.
He would have been fourth
2 weeks ago,
with
right?
Ingram, right?
So that's my thing. It's
I
like
just wonder why we let him go, though. I still wonder that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
especially
'cause
now
they let
after seeing the
him-
strip sack.
Well,
but
him and Jameer, but you gotta remember, you can't go back and say, well, I saw this guy have a really good game, we shouldn't have let him go. It's like, no, you let him go because you have Alex Highsmith, you have TJ Watt. At the time, you had Melvin Ingram. So there wasn't going to be a spot for him out there like that. You know what I mean? And if they felt confident with a Derek Tuska or whoever else might have been on the roster at that time.
it was Jameer Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, they end up letting both get out of here, you know? So that part of me is like, I'm happy that Quincy is balling out and looking good. Same way I'm happy that Jameer is looking good. Because we were both, I mean, especially Quincy, we were high on Quincy when he came out. It was like, yo, his dude, like, he
should have been a third round pick.
Yeah, he can get after it, man. So, you know, that's my thing, though. It's like, I'm not going to change it because even if he was here, he wouldn't be playing like that for us right now. I mean, well, technically,
maybe
now it's changed, but who could account for that when we had got rid of him? Like, it's not like we just got rid of him. He's been gone.
I think you can a little bit, just from the standpoint you could have kept him on your practice squad. I didn't think there was any reason to just cut him all together, being a 6th round pick, the talent that he was. I understand that Jameer Jones outplayed him in the preseason for sure, so he deserved the roster spot. But, man, I feel like Roche at least flashed enough through camp and preseason to warrant keeping him around on the roster. You're right. You can't you have expect Ingram leaving the team like this. But
you also have to remember when you're talking about constructing a team, for every player like Quincy that you want to just keep and hang on the roster, that's another position that you're going to have to get rid of somebody because you can only have a certain amount of players on your team. So if you feel like keeping Quincy as your 4th guy, but how often are you going to use this guy, is worth more than keeping an extra receiver or extra offensive lineman or maybe a cornerback, that's kind of how you start weighing that as well. So it's not always as cut and dry as, well, this is a better player, we should roll with him. Sometimes it's like, man, you know what, even though you're a good player and we could use you down the line, roster wise right now, you're not as important as the 4th outside linebacker compared to this 6th offensive lineman is. And those are kind of the decisions that has to go into that, man.
Might be a wrong one for him, though.
I mean, we say that, but what if that would have accounted for Joe Haig, for example, not being here? And we've seen Joe Haig have to come in here on multiple games now and get us out of stadiums.
I'm just talking practice squad, though. That's not even active roster.
I get that, but once again, practice squad still has a certain amount of numbers up there. Like, it still limits to how much we can have.
There's definitely dudes on practice squad we don't need.
So would you get rid of Carl Joseph? Is that the guy you're referring to?
No, there's definitely other guys. I don't even need to look. There's got to be another guy. There's got to be. Because, I mean, the practice squads are expanded a little bit now. Mm-hmm. There's got to be.
I just think you're more reactionary because of the play that he just made versus
That's
leading
fair.
up to it.
I mean, it's fair, but I mean, I said it back whenever we cut him. I didn't think there was really a reason to cut him. We could have just kept him on practice squad. And now it sucks because he did show the talent. That's all I'm saying.
Did, man.
The Jameer Jones cut, I'm not as worried about. Even if he is, I know he had that. Didn't he have a special teams playoff for the Rams? Like,
I mean, he did, but he's had a sack as well, though.
I'm not as concerned about that one. I actually thought Roche had serious potential to be a starter in a few years.
Well, yeah, athletically, Roche, I mean, he had burst, he had flash. I mean, he had a lot of things that you want. He's just young, not as experienced and stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, you got TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. Man, they're not losing sleep over Quincy Roche. They're good. Else on defense? Unless we down in their roles to increase Quincy's roles. Would you do that?
I think he just would have been nice to have as a third pass rusher now with the whole Ingram situation. You can't account for that, but Ingram's still on a 1-year deal. Were we really expecting to have him long term? We could have had Roche on the roster for the next couple years as like a young building piece with Highsmith and TJ. But I mean, yeah, it's a little bit hindsight, but at the same time, I was disappointed when we cut him in the first place. And he takes on Bush. Some people are still pissed.
It's a work in progress still. Going back, not this game because I haven't had a chance to get the all 22 just yet, but going back to last week's game, I did think that Devin was starting to take steps in the right direction.
He played good outside of the one touchdown they let up.
But he was starting to understand that he had time with the shuffle. He started to understand that he could be patient. He has started to understand that he's fast enough. He's a good enough athlete that everything will be fine. I haven't had a chance to, like I said, go back and watch this one just yet to see, okay, did he continue that growth or not? I know my initial feeling was we need to be better, but I don't want to pass that judgment just yet. Maybe, like I said, maybe that was just your initial. That's why I always want to go back before we really, really hit him like that. But yeah, I would definitely like to see, just more consistency, more splash from him, because if you're just talking about a guy being out there, you want him to be, especially when you talk about the expectations because of what we gave up for him, you want him to be more productive. And that's the only, like, that part stands out a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, can we get a turnover here or there? Can we get a big tackle for a loss somewhere? Like we talk Roquan Smith, for example, right? Roquan, prime example.
Yeah.
They drafted Roquan in the first round because they expected him to be their every down linebacker. We're talking about the Chicago Bears. They want him to be their every down linebacker, a guy that can cover, a guy that can make stops in the run, a guy that gets tackles for loss. If you're blitzing him, he gets sacks. You look at those two guys yesterday, one looked like that type of guy, and the other, is hit or miss. The other is like, is he just out here, or, he might have a play here or there, but it was clearly a difference between those two guys. And to me, Devin is still a better athlete than Roquan. I think Devin moves a lot better than Roquan, but to me, Roquan, he understands his angles. He understands how to use his shuffle. And shout out to him yesterday. He wasn't backdooring stuff. He was actually, taking the right path. And I think that's ultimately what helped him out a lot as well and helped that defense out. But to me, man, Devin, he has to keep picking it up, has to keep going, keep growing. But the guy Roquan that was opposite of you, like, hey, it wouldn't hurt to cut on tape of him as well. I mean, I know when I was a young player, I cut on tape of James Harrison, Clay Matthews, Elvis Dumervil, because those were three guys that were in my kind of like bodywork, framework, or frame style. And I was like, man, I have a similar game to what each of those three like to do. All right, what are they doing that makes them successful? How can I emulate that in my game? What can I take from that? If you're Devin, you look at guys like Roquan Smith, you look at guys like Devin White, you say, okay, who else is like me that, height, maybe a little short, but faster guys, a little thicker. It doesn't help you to look at Darius Leonard. You're not built like Darius Leonard. It doesn't help you to look at Tremaine Edmonds. You're not built like him. You know what I mean? You want to look at guys that are going to be like you, but that are successful. And now from there, okay, man, this is how they get it done. Let me see if I can add that to my game. That's the thing that if you're Devin, like, I'll be telling him, like, hey, man, that's what you should probably start doing as well. If you're not already doing that, start doing that, because that can help you grow, man. This is in the league, man. There's nothing wrong with getting, a little assistance from somebody else, man. That's what helps you stay longer. The guys that are continuing to grow. I'm sure you talk Ben, you talk Brady, you talk Peyton Manning. I'm sure all those guys would say, yeah, I watched tape on that guy and I picked up something he does. Now I brought it to my joint and I made it mine now. That's the league, man. That's what you got to do to keep evolving, to keep up with everybody, man.
Yeah. Anything we're missing on defense? Minka's playing good, I think. Edmonds, some people were ripping on him because he may have gave a pass or two. If anything, I think
it was the zone though, bro.
I was gonna say I'd credit the Bears and Fields,
because that was Komet, the one down the middle. Yeah, that was a dagger.
Yeah, I would credit more Fields on that. I don't think Edmonds did anything out of the ordinary that I think deserves big time negative criticism.
Yeah, to me, I want to see it from the coach's film. That should be out hopefully in a day. I'm about to say, I definitely want to see that though, man, because to me, I couldn't tell initially if it was just, cover 3 and Edmonds is carrying it, but he knows that you can have Minka somewhere in the middle. The throw, it was just a perfect throw.
They were right there,
road, bro. Like, you got Minka on this side, Edmonds on this side. That window for where that ball can be put is tight. And like I said, Justin, when Justin was throwing it yesterday, he won't do that on tape before, man. That dude, he was cutting that thing loose, like on a rope. Like, he looked good. I was like, bro, what is this? Like, yo, is this like a Steeler thing? Like, y'all play against us, and all of a sudden, every quarterback want to look like they perfect. Like, bro, you ain't look like that all time. Think how many times we don't watch this man on tape. We come here and be like, yo, looks good, kind of consistent. Great athlete, but not the best passer. Not seeing the field that well. And then you come out here and it's like, yo, this is crazy. So,
yeah, he did look comfortable in the second half. Corners, we kind of already talked about him. Secondary, a little inconsistent. Overall, though, like Joe Hayden and Cam Sutton, I think have still been pretty solid. It was like the Millette stuff at the end that really leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
Schobert, I don't know. He's out there.
If we could just get a little splash between those inside linebackers,
right,
I think it would help them out so much more. The problem is, it's like, and I don't like to keep comparing, but you go to Roquan, right? Roquan had his tackles, right? He was a ton of tackles. He's always 100+ tackle guy, but he gave you the splash of the sack. He gives you the splash of a tackle for loss. With our inside guys right now, we don't get PBUs, we don't get picks, we don't get tackle for losses, we don't get sacks realistic, like consistent. Like our a lot of our productivity up front comes from our outside linebackers and Cam.
Yep.
And to me, I think that would change our overall feelings about Schobert and Bush if they gave us some type of splash. Like just 1 or 2 plays could change our whole dynamic defensively, and I think will boost their confidence. But right now, they're the group that hasn't been able to create any of that.
Yeah.
You know, not consistently left. We know Joe had the forced fumble a week ago. Unless you want to give
Bush
him
had that nice sack in the Packers game.
Yeah, but it's just like it doesn't happen enough, and that's the part, man.
You're right, because I don't have any negative feelings to the inside linebacker group, Bush and Schobert right now. But I'm not going head over heels.
Yeah.
So I mean, average to above average is kind of like what they're playing right now, I feel.
But that's the issue for people, because you don't move up to 10 in the draft for average. You don't trade for Joe Schobert just to be average. You know what I mean? And it's not a knock on Spillane, but if it was Spillane, it would be different because the expectations aren't there. It'd be like, all right, man, well, you know, that's what we expect from him. He's doing his job. He's playing well. Anything other than average is great. But for Devin, it was like, nah, we expect this. Don't tell me we moved up to 10 just to get average. We could have waited to the 4th, 5th round to get average. And I think that's the other part with this thing because of the expectations.
Yeah. Anything else on defense?
Oh, man. Dude, I think we hit those.
Yeah, it was just such a better performance in the first half. I was so pumped.
I
I felt like it was game over. I felt like it was game over in the first
we
half.
went on 14 zip. I was like, yo, we should run this out of here, man. It should be 21 zip going into halftime, like one of them.
That's
type
what
of
I thought it
games.
was going to be.
Seriously. And then it's just like, what happens? Or how defensively it's like they just have these lapses at times, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know if there were adjustments in the second half or whatnot, because I do feel like the Bears' offense got better.
Yeah,
Fields looked better. He looked more comfortable. So you give some credit there.
But the last drive that they had, and I'm just like, just think about how confident they look. Like when they first came out there, I'm thinking to myself, yo, strip sack or it's a pick. That's how it's got to be. And for a second, I thought we was about to get it too. But then you just see like, okay, one play. Okay, another play. Now you're like, dude, what is going on here, man? Like, this should not be the case right here, man. Like I said, glad Ben was able to help us out at the end of that thing to get us up out of there. But just imagine how embarrassing that could have been, though, man, at the end of that thing.
Like, terrible.
Holy cow, man.
You're right. Embarrassing would have been the right word, because we had the game in hand the whole time.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
The whole time. And I can't say it would have been all on the defense. It would have been up there. It would have been, dude. I mean, the Ray McLeod fumble's terrible. That's terrible. That put the defense in a terrible spot.
The Ray fumble definitely, but to me, the Ray fumble was probably the most prevalent because it directly impacted the score.
It was a free 7 points.
Yeah, like that to me is always going to be the most. I thought defensively though you can say they got a little tired. But to me, I still say, man, you got to get off the field when you got these chances as well, you know? And if you can create a turnover, create a turnover. I think about that. And then, like we said, offensively, they did get a little conservative. I definitely thought they started playing not to lose it, you know what I mean? Versus just continuing to play their game. And up front, they got to be better. But like I said, it's always great when we're doing it after a win, man.
The reason I bring up the Ray McLeod fumble in terms of the defense is because the defense did make the stop with 6 minutes left. We're up 10. It's like, all right, you did what you had to do.
Yep.
Even though there's been a couple lapses here in the second half.
We got to stop.
Ultimately, fourth quarter, 6 minutes left. You got it done. And then the fumble. So, yeah, you would have liked the defense to get those additional stops after the 6 minute mark. But the fumble's a free 7 points. It really screws up not only your defense, but the team as a whole there. Just glad we got the win. I know some people have said in the chat, concern, like in all caps. There's probably a lot of negativity out there. At least I've seen some of it about this win. I don't feel that way at all.
Bro,
I really don't.
It's a win. You could.
And the Bears aren't as bad as necessarily their record. I know the whole saying "you are what your record is," but they beat the Raiders. They beat the Bengals. They've been in games with decent teams as well.
Yeah, I mean, you even think these past 2 games that they've lost, or past 3 games. They've all been close.
Outside of the Bucs game.
Yeah, they've all been close. The Bucs game got out of hand because of the turnovers too. But I think like when they don't turn the ball over, right? And even with that, and the crazy part is this: if you're a Chicago fan, you probably could be really frustrated because you're saying to yourself, that game went to the wire. We had a lead and we played disaster. Like it was a disaster for us in terms of discipline, the amount of penalties. Like you can't, as much as we highlight the Cassius Marsh, you're not going to highlight Cassius Marsh penalty and tell me this dude lining up in the neutral zone multiple times, whether it was 99 or Robert Quinn. I don't like there's no excuse for those type of things. Like we if you want to talk about, okay, well, what about on the touchdown pass that got called? I could get that, right? But we're talking those two calls and that's it. The rest of them calls, that was still self-inflicted. But if you're Chicago, you got to be saying, well, man, with all of that self-inflicted stuff, we still were able to have a lead with a minute left in the game. Like we overcame a lot of this. Our quarterback really stepped up. Our O-line, for the most part, did their job. Defensively, man, without Khalil Mack, they kind of did their job. So, yeah, if you're Chicago, man, you optimistic, but at the same time frustrated because
your season's probably over.
Well,
I think they're 3-5, 3-6 right now.
I don't think it's necessarily over, though.
It
depends on how hot they can get.
The NFC's tough, though.
I mean, it's tough right now, but think about the AFC 3 weeks ago was a lot tougher.
Let me look real quick what their record is. Yeah, 3-6. I think their season's done, but I think you still pay attention to Justin Fields and what he's doing, improvements like that. Like, I don't think they're making the playoffs, especially in the NFC North. Like, Packers have such a big...
Packers just lost, though.
So 7-2 then?
They did. Let's see.
3-6.
Is Rodgers back this weekend? Rodgers back this weekend?
I think he is.
Okay. Because I thought he was going to miss 2 games. No,
he's
not showing symptoms or something.
He's eligible the day before if all goes well.
Gotcha.
But LaFleur already said he'll put him in without practice.
I mean, yeah, if he's available, he's available.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure, like, with the protocols, if he was going to be good to go.
Speaking of that, dude, Chiefs, holy hell, they got lucky, man.
Who you say?
Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely did.
Special team stuff. Oh, my God. Like, Packers should have even won that without Rodgers.
Seriously. Yeah. It's nuts, man. And Jordan Love actually played all right, too, man. At times. He's still young, though.
I think the final drive helps his case.
He's a young quarterback. Like, y'all expect young quarterbacks to come in here and be perfect, man. Nah, like, be competent, make the necessary plays, man. Don't kill us, in the words of Coach Tomlin. Don't kill us.
What else we got?
Man, we got a couple more supers, and after that, we'll hit the phone lines,
Hit the lines. Yeah. Let's do it. Let me see what I got on the chats. I'll let you know where I'm at.
Okay.
Probably not in a good spot.
Mentally or just in general?
In terms of the chat. Neither of those. Michael Patrick McCracken. That's probably the last one.
Oh, we got one more before him.
Oh, really?
Let's go.
There's only 2 of them then.
Yeah, let's go. UW. He says, any news onto it yet? No new news onto it. Last time Coach Tomlin talked was Tuesday about to it, and he essentially said that he isn't close enough to give an update in terms of a timeline for his return, but he is progressing in the right direction. He did say that, but he just went and give specifics because he said ultimately he's still too far away to even start talking about when you're going to start his 21-day return window that we talked about with Banner and with Anthony McFarland. So that's the thing with him. I don't think it's going to be soon. Just the tone that Coach Tomlin had when speaking on it. Say
maybe before the end of the season, though.
Just keep giving them happy thoughts, though.
Little Christmas present in December, maybe.
Absolutely, man. I kind of like Christmas.
Michael Patrick McCracken. Every team we play has the best defense. Can't be run on. Has the best DBs. It is irritating. This would be a good week to bring back Banner. I agree. Good week to bring back Banner, I think.
Yeah. Do you agree with and you left one out, Mr. McCracken. Every team has the best quarterbacks too when we play them. Because I swear, man, Teddy Two Gloves came out here and looked good. Geno Smith came out here and looked good. Justin Fields didn't look that all year. Justin Fields came out here and looked good. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Yeah.
He does have a point. I actually felt like the Bears, we'd be able to run on them. So in a way, we made them look good. Yeah, we made them look good because our line didn't live up to what we thought they were going to be going into this game. Because the Bears, you could definitely run on the Bears defense. Best DBs.
That's what we were talking about. This being a Najee game.
You could kind of throw on them too.
We said this should be a 150-200 game.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we said no Eddie Jackson, man. We should get after these guys. No Khalil. We should get after these guys. And was not.
But I'm telling you, these no-name corners, they kind of locked up our guys. There's no separation. I'm telling you, dude.
Vital. Oh man,
I have no clue. One of them, Jalen Johnson's one of them.
Yeah. Him and man, was it I forgot. It's like with a V. Vildor. That's who it was. Vildor was the one that was on Claypool. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? Clay, like cook him, man. Stop.
Tyler Keller. Don't always get to listen live, but love the pod. Scary win, but shout out Cassius finally making plays for the Steelers. And Boss finding the ball again.
Hey, shout out to Boz as well, man. I'm glad my man didn't take any more shots. That was good.
Let's go, UW. Still saying there's a linebacker in Wyoming who could give us a splash if the Steelers draft him.
He has brought him up.
Are they talking about Devin Bush's replacement?
Oh, no.
I'm not ready to go there. No way.
Now, why? Because what you gave up for him in the draft?
No.
Like, if Devin Bush was a 4th-round pick, would you have that same energy? If he was a 6th-round pick, would you have that same mindset? Is it solely because he was a 1st-round pick and a top 10 pick?
Dude, I don't get as hung up on the 1st-round pick stuff, to be honest with you. I don't feel that way. I really don't. I just think he's a decent player, though.
I just feel like hearing you and how you give up on players that are actually like producing, if they have bad games or bad moments, it's just a lot quicker than with Devin. With Devin, you just seem to
maybe
you got a lot more you willing to deal with and leeway and all these other things. Like, for example, we just brought up Arthur Millette earlier today, right? And how we said, man, as a whole he played, he has good plays, but then this 3 plays right here, it was just too much. But we can point to Devin Bush having, hey, man, you overran that. That equaled a touchdown. You overran this. That equaled that. You got to be here to equal that. But every time we bring him up, it's like, oh, man, I still believe him. I think he can get it done.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
now I get what you're saying.
Is that because of the draft status and the expectations we have for him because we feel like he should be able to grow into that?
I don't care as much about the draft status. I just think if there's a person with upside or potential, maybe that's it. Because Bartavis drafted 4th round.
Yeah,
you could obviously tell upside potential. That's what I'm. So if Highsmith, I'd probably think the same thing. Yeah. Whereas, like, even though he's a 3rd-round pick, I see starter potential, upside in him. Yeah. I don't care about 1st-round pick or whatnot. So I feel that way about Devin Bush. He's one of those guys I put in that category.
Because for me, I'm like, man, the talent is there. Just give him time. I know people want to, bury the man, but give him time. He is young. He is improving. It just takes time at the NFL level, man. But a ton of people already bust, done, get him out of here, replace him. He's like, pump the brakes, man. Just hit the brake a little bit, man.
Young Papi Benito.
Oh, shout out to young Papi Benito.
Finally able to catch a live. Here we go, Steelers smoking that league pack. Keep hating.
Let's go.
I like that one. Aiden Yount. Shout out Boz and Cassian. Y'all are the best. Love the show.
Let's get it.
Thanks, bro. I think that's it.
I like it. All right. So we are right on schedule. Hit these phone lines then, man.
Let's do it.
All righty.
How much time we got on these? About 20?
Yeah, we're good for 20 because it's about to be 11:40 and that'll have us right out of here at 12. And if I don't receive any other info, then that will be it for today. So
okay. I got what you're saying.
Yeah. It's not like I could like pick up the phone and be like, hey, let me talk to him real quick. All right, what's the situation? You got that right now.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So upper room members, there may not be a Zach Banner Tuesday today. There may not be.
We'll find out though.
We got 20 minutes.
20 minutes. We shall see.
Let's hit these lines.
Gotta hit these.
I'm excited for these. I think some of the best calls were last week too. I think
they're
only
pretty
getting
fire,
better.
Man. You like hitting lines, huh?
I was.
You did say let's hit these lines. Like
initially, I'm like, all right, this is definitely a joke. I gotta think about this one. Now I know what you're going with that. I was thinking line drives for a second in base, so I'm like, I like hitting line drives.
You do like hitting lines. I just yeah. I ain't want to put that on you if that wasn't the case. Not everybody's a line guy. So yeah.
Yeah, that's not my style.
Okay, it's not my style either. For the clarification, I research, but I don't research there. All right. All right, let's get this first call, man. Let's see who's getting it off their chest. Oh, you got to start.
Oh, yeah, it'd be good if I pressed the button to turn the lines on.
Do you see this guy over here, man? 7 has game-winning drive, and he forget how to act. Gosh. Sheesh, this guy.
Hey, welcome to the upper room. What's up, everybody? This is Jalga, the Broberry. I just want to say hello. Happy good night to y'all. I guess that's a weird thing to say, but you know what? Happy Monday Night Football. I think that's a better thing to say. This is what I see today. An offensive line that's creating a comfortable quarterback who scored on his first drive, along with Najee Harris. An offensive line with a comfortable quarterback and a running back doing its thing. Hey, y'all, we can't be nothing but happy about this. And Fryermuth's got a touchdown. The defense is doing their thing today. It's a Monday night affair with all those beautiful black and gold colors out there. Go Steelers, go Upper Room. Go, go, go. Welcome to the Upper Room on Monday night. Thank you, guys. Go ahead, Deke. Go ahead, Moats. Do y'all's thing.
Shout out.
When did he call?
Huh?
When did he call?
Ah, man, I am not sure exactly. Let's see what the clock says. Sometime last night around like 10:30, so probably had to be first half.
Because as much as we were ripping on the line a little bit, there were weird plays where Ben has a ton of time.
Absolutely.
I just think it was more they were bad in the running game yesterday. The line, I mean, they had the touchdown early on. I don't remember anything memorable after that, though.
Weren't consistent. That's the thing, man. More so, it was. I mean, at times, Dan he would struggle a little bit more.
Well, yeah, because there were other points. It's like, all right, Ben's gonna get rid of this ball real quick.
Dan and Kendrick, they were the consistent ones where the struggle was a little bit just more noticeable with those two guys. But like I said, man, it's a work in progress. They are arrow is still in the right direction.
I agree.
Still going this way. We're still going this way, man.
I agree.
So, yeah.
A little bump in the road on the trajectory. That's all.
Absolutely. I will say this, man. I started looking at that chat after we started making them, you like the, to hit the lines.
Right.
And, bro, y'all are wild in the chat. Wow.
They hitting those today.
Hey, Southside Slopes.
This is KTM 599. I joined as a Upper Room member almost 2 months ago. But, man, loving this game right now. Dad's a Bears fan. I got the bragging rights. TJ hit 2 sacks, won about $100. Told my wife she's mad at me because as soon as I took the wedding ring off, the game, we're winning. There's 26 seconds left. Oof. Love the show, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Have fun with it, too. Peace.
Respect. Sound like it was a house divided over there, man. But sometimes
Saw
you
a
gotta take
couple people like that at the tailgate.
You're right. We
husband,
did.
wife.
Yeah.
One was Steeler fan. One was Chicago.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Yeah, a couple people.
Huh.
The Chicago fans, though, the ones that were in a relationship and the one side was Chicago, they really weren't as adamant about their fanhood. I'll put it to you that way. They're like, I actually like the Steelers
because they were respectable and they weren't, like some of you people. Is that what you're saying? Oh, because they didn't have to be confrontational just because they like a different team. Is that what you're implying, D? Not everybody wants to come out here and have a pissing contest about their quarterback. Some people are just cool. They don't care about, you like something? Good for you. I like my quarterback. Cool. Oh, you're okay. Thumbs up. Not everybody has to, hey, man, my guy's better than your guy. You know what? Like, not everybody got to do that, man. Not everybody wants to do that. Yeah, you notice anytime we're out and people bring up, oh man, what about that? Oh, hey, I'm glad that you like him. Cool, thumbs up. Like, bruh.
I'm just trying to help people.
No,
bring them to the right side.
Oh man, you out here looking for something else, man. you trying to get your game winning drive on. That's what I feel like when you be out here. Like, yo, what'd you say about that quarterback? You said Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, what? He run the zone read better than who? Let me tell you about 7 though. Like, bro, what? How do we get there, man?
Speaking of Kyler Murray, remember my cousin's take before the season?
No, but they did it without him. They did it without him.
What I'm saying, though, him versus Mahomes, at least
they did it without
season,
him, man. Stop.
I'd still take Mahomes, though. I know a lot of people are shitting on him, and he's having some bad games. I think I'd still
rolling with him. Yes,
I think I would. But, I mean, I don't think his take's that ridiculous, though. You know how he was getting mocked? He was getting big time mocked at the party he was at, but then we brought it up again at the Bills game.
It's like that.
I talked to him about it over the weekend. He's like, "Yeah, I might be onto something."
He said, "I might be onto something." See, that don't sound like he was confident. It's like he just threw some nonsense out there. But I like it though. I like it. Let's see who else is gonna get it off their chest today.
OG Moats, Deke, Sequoia Harris, 718 Bronx, New York in the building. The game just ended. I'll be honest, I'm really not happy. I'm glad we got the W, don't get me wrong, but the O-line was caving at the end. Number 20 starting to look like Artie Burns out there. The secondary really didn't hold it down. So, I'm not impressed. The only reason we won this game is because of the penalties. If the penalties wasn't like that, we would have lost this game. But, a dub's a dub. Like Al Davis said, just win, baby. On to the next. Deke, Moats later, man.
My man threw the Artie Burns on him, though. Yeah, not the Artie. Don't you, man, with the Artie? That's what we doing now. Was it to that point for you? Oh, man.
I mean, that final drive was terrible.
But he said 20. He ain't say 35. He said 20. That's Sutton. He said Sutton.
Oh, no. Yeah, Sutton.
Yeah, I was like Sutton. Like
Sutton
Artie
and Hayden,
Burns, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I thought Sutton and Hayden played good.
Or maybe he got the numbers mixed up.
Maybe. Yeah, because it was literally Mollett
right.
every damn play on that final drive.
He's had a better drive. He's had better drives.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but it wasn't Artie, though. Don't put that on Artie. Don't put that on Artie. Artie's innocent today. Okay? No Artie slander. That's my guy.
How about we saw his jersey out in Green Bay?
We
Someone
did.
wearing
It was so
Artie Burns
random,
jersey.
bro.
There was another one. Someone wore a Hassenauer jersey, too.
Dude, it was so
Never
random.
thought I'd see that day.
Yeah. Artie Burns jersey. Shout out. Let's go.
Moats, Deke, it's Night Rider 16 checking in from
homie.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Salute.
Look, man, I had to whoop out the blood pressure pills tonight. This was the most Steelers game ever. I mean, come on, man. The back and forth, the penalties, which mostly was on them. I get it. They did have a lot of calls. But, man, we made this game more difficult than it had to be. The play calling was just too vanilla. It wasn't enough, to the run game. It was just turn around, hand it off, run up the middle, jet sweep. Matt Canada had one of his, I would say, worst games as play calling. He kind of played the game, called the game, how they say it, not to lose instead of played to win. It was just horrible. Then it comes down to a missed field goal late. Right there, literally another foot or two, he would have made it. Just crazy. One thing
Steve
I will
Levy
say,
got him.
and I mean this, man, Ray McLeod, you got to go, man. You got to go. That's uncalled for, man. You got to go. I'm serious. But anyways, I ain't gonna talk too long. I'll see y'all on the show, I guess, tomorrow. Peace.
Hey, shout out Knight Rider 16. First off, Knight Rider 16 always show major love with his contributions to the show. We definitely appreciate that. My man was passionate right there. He was dropping some gems, though.
Yeah.
But my man said, yo, Ray, you got to go. I'm serious, too.
I'm thinking about it, too. I'm just trying to go through replacements. I don't know who we're getting.
This is my thing, though. Ray, as a whole, has been a productive player for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So we're essentially saying that these handful of plays are enough and they outweigh all the productive things that he's done, the good stuff that he's done. That's my only thing. I'm like, why when it comes to Ray, the leash is so short, man? I just don't get it. That's a short leash. I mean, has he not produced, though, as a whole? When we speak of Ray as a Pittsburgh Steeler, it's a lot more positivity than it is negativity.
Here's what I'm thinking, though. With, say, Deontay last year. You know how he had the drops and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We can give him the forgiveness or the thought of, we want to keep giving Deontay Johnson chances because we know the upside that he brings and the playmaking abilities that he has and has shown in other ways. So you get a drop, but then also you see a really nice catch by him, making dudes miss, touchdowns left and right. I think with Ray McLeod up to this point, you're right. He has performed. He's been a positive contributor to the team.
Bro, we know what our return game looked like.
That's fair. Here's the problem. I think here's the problem. We haven't seen the explosiveness from him this season that he brought last season.
He still had a big return in this game.
So, wait, which one?
I
swear he only, like I said, I like this.
I thought he had a return for, what was it?
10 yards, consistent. Are you talking about on a kickoff maybe?
It was either, let me see. Hold on.
But what I'm thinking is
the 14-yard on a punt return.
So it's good, and he's been consistent with that. Catches the ball, 10 yards. But when you're not bringing a punt return to the house, when you're not bringing one that goes off for 50 yards. Like that's just kind of the basics of punt return. Catch the ball,
season,
get a
though.
couple
You're
yards.
talking about this season. He's done that last year.
What I know, that's
We've
what I
seen
mean.
that.
I think that's why people are turning sour on Ray Ray. It's like, okay, we got you catch the ball, you're gonna get some yards. That's what you should do as a punt returner.
Mm-hmm.
We need either the game breaking plays, but now if you're starting to bring up this ball security stuff, that's why I think people are turning a little sour.
I just find it funny that with Ray Ray, it's such a short leash. That's all, man.
That was just a free 7 points, dude. I think that one's tough.
I get it. But
what I'm gonna say,
brought up parallels, though.
What I'm gonna say is, I mean, one more time, yeah, I'm with him, dude. I'm with him because if that just happened yesterday, let's give him another chance, obviously. Because one, who else are we gonna get? Yeah. But two, you're gonna be protecting the ball so much more. You have to be now. You have to be.
To me, I do think he is going to be a lot more focused on his ball security. Number one, you have to, right? When you give up a turnover like that. But this has been, like I said, his issue when he was in Buffalo, ball security. That was basically the reason why he got out of there in terms of him being released and stuff like that. So this isn't new for him. But since he's been in Pittsburgh, this hasn't been Ray Ray. Yeah. Ray Ray has been a very productive. As much as people want, it's because in the short term, they want to forget about his productivity. It's like, no. We know what our return game looked like when it wasn't him. We were either playing 50-50 Russian roulette, can Deontay catch the ball or not? Or it was 3-yard Switzer. We know it was one or the other. Ray Ray came in and changed all of that. We know that for a fact. That's not debatable. Every time Ray Ray gets the ball as a return man, we do feel like we have a legitimate chance to take it to the house. Legitimate because we've seen him do it as a Steeler. He's had massive returns. We've seen the productivity. So for me, I'm just not willing to turn the page that quick because I'm saying to myself, his productivity since he's been here has outweighed the negative plays. And I just don't think that this is going to continue for him. I think it's going to be more of what we saw from a year ago. If that's the case,
yeah, no question we keep him because you're right. Who else are we getting? I don't know who we're bringing in that would be better than Ray Ray McCloud right now outside of the ball security issues. Yeah. And I think maybe we just might be burned from having Deontay back there, where we just think, okay, we're starting to see this. Yeah. And now it's going to be a commonplace because that's how it was with Deontay.
For a fact, that's how it was. And to me, Ray Ray, I don't feel concerns when the ball is punted to Ray Ray. Now that hit, I mean, it's after the fact, right? But with Deontay, we weren't even getting to the actual return. No. It was just, can you even catch the ball? You talk about that's the base of being a return man, right? It's funny. Deontay was an all-pro return man. Think about that. He was, just think about it. All-pro return man.
It was all off that one punt.
And then we were all like, bro, we don't even know if he can catch the punt. And then the first game that next year versus the Giants, what happened? 2 punts. My man all over the place. To the point where they yanked him right out. Didn't even let him finish the second half. That's my only thing. With Ray Ray, we don't have those type of issues. We haven't had those issues since he's been here, man. I'm just not willing to go back to just,
We can't right now. But I get why he's a little pissed off. I mean, I am too, because it was just a free 7 points in a time that we did not need.
And the time it happened, it kills you.
It was terrible. The defense made the stop. We're up 10. Let's just close out the game. 6 minutes left. Yeah. That was the worst. Absolutely, man. Hey, here's a free 7 points.
Yeah. Definitely kills you, man. Definitely. All right. Who we have right here to get it off their chest?
LaShawn McCoy has Derrick Henry as his second running back.
We play entirely too much. This is DeMar Brown out of Augusta, Georgia. I mean, they say it's a game of inches. I mean, it really took a team effort, not to lose this game because we tried our best to give it away. It seemed like at the end, the defense playing a little too much for me. But we got the dub. Hey, Deke, thank God for Ben Roethlisberger, man. Talk your spit.
Talk your talk, Deke. Talk your talk, man. We know how your man got it in last night, man.
Just clutch, dude. I don't have too much to say. I think the last drive spoke for itself, and just even his full game.
See, I haven't had a chance to check the tape to see if you had any social vids out there during the process.
Dude, I couldn't get service down there.
Oh, so that's the only reason?
Oh man, dude, I said game over after the first touchdown.
It's
probably a good thing it didn't go out there.
You wouldn't have been quiet. That's all I'm saying. This reserve, this whole, that's what I expected. I was like,
Oh, you know what? Actually, Banger was live on the last drive. Okay. So if you check, actually, I'm going to check it. I'm going to try to screen record it because I want to get some of that. Yeah, I was like on that last drive. I was like, listen, I ain't worried at all. We're down a point. I don't care. Minute 30 left. This is Seven's time. This is why he's here, clutch. But so like that is out there. Yes, that is definitely out there.
Okay.
And I got some for like our little vlog stuff too.
That's what I'll be. I want to see those. I want to see the vlog tape.
Man.
I gotta check that tape because this is like the reserve. This is
Right.
I'm gonna act like I've been here before. Let me button it up a little bit. No. We know how you gets it in. The tape don't lie. When the vlog drop, we gonna see the real Deke. We gonna see how confident off of your celebrations was you over here. I told you he was the guy. If you still telling us, then you ain't believe it yourself. Come on now.
I said it before the drive. I was like, listen.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna clutch up. This is why he's here, man. I'm being serious. You could check that. He was live.
No. Like I said, I'm waiting for the vlog tape. I want to see the vlog tapes.
Okay.
The vlog tapes tell us the story. All right, who we have next though? Because we still got some time in the building.
Moats, Deke, what's good? It's your boy Chaz Hope calling from Oceanside, California. Game just finished up here. Whew, my heart was beating. Game should have been over, man. We punting the ball, 7 minutes left. I don't know what the hell Ray-Ray McLeod doing. Call a fair catch, we get a couple first down, game's over. And the under hit. So I lost a lot of money on the under. And Ray-Ray McLeod almost lost us the game. Same for Arthur Marlette, man. What you doing, bro? Hey, nonetheless, we got the dub. Looking forward to seeing y'all in a couple weeks when y'all out here for the Steelers-Chargers game. I'm going to be at that. Link up with y'all boys. Love the content. Keep it up. The upper room. Hey, and that's from the movie Life from my Uncultured folks. Eddie Murphy. Classic. Hey, keep it up, boys. Love y'all. Peace.
Let's go. Like I said, man, it's a great movie. Life, you got to watch it if you haven't seen it. The upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Shout out for the call.
No, absolutely, man. Oceanside, too, man. Definitely looking forward to him pulling up, man, while you're out there in L.A.
Can I say something about these top 3 RBs by McCoy? He has Nick Chubb over Derrick Henry. Hey, this is a terrible take.
Man, I don't care about them running backs. Najee,
I was shocked.
So would you go Najee, Benny Snell, and Kalen Ballage?
Nah, Derrick Henry's one right now. Like, he's on another level. I know he's hurt, but like...
Then it would be Najee and Benny Snell?
Number 2, who's he at? He had Chubb up there. He had Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are fair. There's just no way Derrick Henry's not number 1.
See, I thought you would go Najee at number 1, man. How could you not put Najee Harris at number 1, bro?
I think he's top 10 right now, maybe.
No. He's got to be top 3 at least.
Well, I did say last week he's better than Chubb, so he's got to be better than Chubb.
That's what I was remembering that comment, so that's why I'm just saying he has to be ahead of him.
It was a passing of the torch game last week. I might still have Elliott up there, though, to be honest with you.
But you didn't have Elliott ahead of Chubb, though.
When?
Just whenever. I don't remember you saying Elliott was over Chubb.
I don't think we ever discussed it.
But I don't think
not
you ever
last
said
season.
it. Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Elliott's fallen off a little bit, but I think he's back.
It's like the resurgence for Elliott.
He's legit back,
right. So if Najee was ahead of Chubb, then that makes Najee the number 1 running back in the league.
I don't know if I could put Najee in the top
right
3.
Henry's hurt right now, so yeah.
Nah, I don't even care.
But he's hurt though, bro.
The path he's been on right now has been ungodly over these past like 2 or 3 years. Yeah. You got to give him the respect there.
But he's a product of Tannehill. You saw Tannehill got it done without him, bro. What?
They're gonna start struggling.
No, you said that last week. What did they do? Went out there and come here, LA. Come here, Rams. Who's your daddy? You spell it out. Heel. That would happen.
See, Jonathan. I like Jonathan Taylor. The Colts line is so damn good, though.
Bro, he says 3 games in a row with 150 rushing and 2 touchdowns, bro. That
line's so good. I mean, you even see Hines going off with that line too. Yeah. So that's tough for me. I like him a lot, though. I'd put Elliott up there, though. I'd definitely put him in the mix. Okay. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
JC, is he in the top 5?
You know,
Connor.
I mean, you look at the productivity. Touchdowns are there.
See, that one I don't feel bad about. The Roche one I do a little bit. I think the JC thing, it was better for both sides to move on.
Yeah.
It just was. So there's nothing we could do about, have him come back. I would have been kind of pissed if we would have brought him back, to be honest.
I know.
At the time.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
And
we weren't even saying it was his fault the whole time. We weren't. Bro, the line.
Oh, man.
The line.
Come on now.
I'm being serious because when he was healthy at the beginning of the season, he was all right. He's all right. The health was the issue. The health was the big issue.
You might not have said it, but that was a part of it, though.
It's a part of it.
Before it became this O-line narrative, it was definitely it's a James Conner narrative as well. It was definitely both of them.
It was part of it. Yeah, I thought getting Najee Harris is an upgrade at running back for sure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't all of his fault. So
no, I agree. It wasn't all his fault. I think he just wasn't healthy enough here. That was my thing. But Najee, I mean, based on what the O-line looks like this year, I don't think that James Conner could do the things that Najee does in terms of just his yards after contact. I mean, we were talking about how at times with James, man, it wasn't how it used to look where he's running through multiple guys and stuff like that. Whereas Najee, he's giving you that element consistently and is needed because we know with this O-line, they're young. They're going to have their growing pains as we saw a little bit yesterday. But to me, it's the right move. It was the right move. Now, for Connor, it's going to change a little bit with Chase Edmonds being injured now because his role in AZ has been, we're going to use you especially around the goal line, which is why he's had so many touchdowns. That's helped him out a lot. But Chase Edmonds has, they split those carries essentially, but Chase has been their main running back. Now you're going to see more usage from James, and now you're going to have to see, okay, can you hold on? Like in terms of, can you keep that productive play going on, or is your body going to break down like how it would happen here in Pittsburgh? That's going to be the interesting part now with Edmonds being out the lineup for them. Yeah. But I like it though, man. All right, we got some time for a couple more, and then after that, we will jet up out of here because it is 12.
Let's do it.
Moats, Deke, Juicebox 32, Aurora.
Nice.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm trying not to scream.
I feel it.
Great,
Let's go.
great, tough game. Just a great game. Great game you love to win. With all these trap games this week, it felt like it was becoming one in the fourth quarter there. Jesus, the defense was tired. The offense was doing very well for most of the beginning of the, I'd say, first half. They stumbled a little bit there in the second half. Couldn't really get a lot of things going. They kind of figured out Najee, but that's okay. Najee played great. Moves. Oh man, that dude's going to be a star. I'm pumped. This is a great win. We needed this win. AFC North is wide open. Next week we got to go in and beat the Lions. We got to beat the Lions. All right, love y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so happy we freaking won, man. What a great win. Go Steelers. Here we go. Peace.
Those are the vibes I like to hear.
Yes.
After yesterday's game. Not probably the bunch of the BS you're hearing on social media and stuff.
What was going on social media, man? I haven't had a chance to check it out, man. What you see up there, man? Get it off your chest, Deke. Don't be letting that. You can't let it fester. Sometimes you gotta let that thing out.
I just feel like a lot of people are down about the win. From what I see,
it was a win.
I get it. I don't understand. That's what I mean. I'm saying these vibes are immaculate. That's what you like to see.
They said my man got a day trader voice. Oh God, dog. Y'all be going at him, man. All right, last one. Hopefully this is a good one. All right, here we go. Get it off your chest. You better come correct.
Yo, Master Moats, Jimmy C from Florida. Just wanted to call in. Calling the morning after, but man, what a game. We almost let it slip by, but we pulled through. Steelers, that's what Steelers do. That's what true teams do. Man, I don't know what to say, but I'm glad that I get to call in and talk to you guys. I love you guys. Go Steelers.
Yes, sir.
Hey, respect, man. Hey,
that's a great one to close it out.
We love you too. My man said, I don't know what to say. I'm just excited right now.
Hey, bro running from Jason on his phone. Boy sounds like he's tired af running a marathon.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was like the night of the way he called, and then he was like, oh, it's the next day. I'm like, bro, whoa. But I like it though. I like it.
These comments are
I like
great.
It they said, did he play? Hey, I don't know why he was out of breath, but the wind just had him at a loss for words, I guess. The next morning after, it happens like that. But yeah, shout out to everybody that did call, man. Listen, we didn't. I know some people was like, oh man, you missed my call. We didn't miss your call. We have a great issue right now. The great issue is we're getting so many calls that we could go on for like an hour with just the amount of calls and reactions. So we got to try to keep it limited for just time purposes. That's the big purpose of that right there. So that's why we didn't get everybody's call. But yeah, y'all keep calling in, man. And like I said, that's a perk for the upper room members, right? When you're a member of the upper room, every game, especially right at the end of it, usually, right when the game ends, I'll put a post in the community page strictly for members only. So regular public people can't see that, but the members of the upper room, you'll be able to see it, and it'll have the phone number and everything, the details and stuff like that. So you can get an opportunity to be featured on the show like that, man. But yeah, it was just a fun time day, man.
I guess one more super chat.
I got a couple actually.
Okay.
Butcher Bergen, do you see that one? Okay, so Butcher Bergen _ Fo Alam says, only been the Mannings and Tom Brady or TB12 has more than one Super Bowl. Not Rodgers or Favre, not Breeze or Kurt Warner, not Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes, not a D-word effing Raven. All right.
It's about right. I mean, dude deserves his respect.
All right.
Hasn't gotten enough of it throughout his career, but is what it is.
I know you're going to give him all the respect he needs, baby. Hey, that's what make it easy on me. You know, I be thinking like I got to come in here and give him the respect. It's like, man, they got Deke. Deke got us.
Nah.
Deke give it enough for the whole show.
There's been too much disrespect. That's the problem. But, you know, it is what it is. Dude's just spitting facts out here.
I mean, who cares about respect?
Going
right?
for 3 this year.
Yeah, as long as you
Going for
balling,
3.
you don't need respect. Just do what you do.
Going for 3.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Isaac Aguilera. There we go. Now I got your name right, Isaac. But Isaac says, finally caught a live show. Love what you guys do. I'll take this win with an exclamation point. You better believe it, baby. All right. We also have Free Falling 23. Free Falling. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then we got James Panzarella, or is that where you're at?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you get that one, man.
Hot take. He says he's calling a Tomlin game next week.
Bruh.
Haha. Here we go, Steelers.
Uh-oh.
Nah. There's no way. There's no way. I did not see it happening.
Yep, Jerry Goff about to come out here and look like he leading the Rams to the Super Bowl again. Yep. Was it DeAndre Swift about to come out here and rush for 120? We'd be like, who the heck? When did he start doing this? Trey Flowers gonna go for a 3-piece. Like, yo, who? Trey, when have you ever? You know? Yep, that's how it goes. You know that, man. Yep.
I can't see it.
Let me see who else is. You know what? Here's another one. Here we go. Michael Brockers. Yeah, he's gonna come out here and ball out. Yeah, this is how it goes. You know that's how it's gonna be. Who's it? Oh, Armon Ra St. Brown. That's the young receiver.
Remember I brought him up in the preseason.
You did. Absolutely. Out of USC, man.
Little sleeper pick.
He's going to be the one. Yep.
What's he doing this season? Is my sleeper pick on point there?
I don't know, because I was looking at TJ Hawkinson, and he's having a nice little season.
Oh, yeah. He's good.
Yeah, TJ's having a nice season. You know how we are with tight ends. So I'm definitely excited to see this one, man.
Let me check his stats. Looks like St. Brown, yeah. 3 receptions, 46 yards last game. 5 receptions, 26 against the Bengals. 7 receptions, 65 yards against the Vikings. So for where did he get drafted? Is he like a 4th-round pick or something?
I'm not sure. Exactly.
Drafted by the Lions in the 4th round. So that's not bad for a 4th-round pick in his first season. Kind of a sleeper pick. I mean, those numbers aren't doing you any good in fantasy though right now.
I bet it's the Tomlin game up. See, that's how I go, man. Bro, Justin Fields and the Bears, like they look competent against us, bro. They've never looked competent like this, bro. This is crazy, man. I'm hating it, bro. But we got this, man. We got this. Yep. All right, here we go. Beefy 7.
Yeah.
Beefy 7 just joined the upper room. So Beefy 7, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then AJ Martinez says, God bless you guys. Great show. Thanks. Now, respect, man. We appreciate you as well, man. And shout out to everybody that was on with us today, man. Early rising on a Tuesday, right after the late night game. Shout out to all of y'all for that. Haven't seen anything on the Zach Banner front, so I'm assuming that, it's not going to be one today. So with that being said, man, enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy this Victory Tuesday. And we'll see y'all tomorrow as we start turning the page to preview the Steelers
Quick
and
turnaround.
Detroit line. Hey, man, come on, bro. We ain't here together, though, man. That's what we do.
Gotta grind the tapes.
Gotta grind the tapes. We gotta recover physically. You know what I mean? And after that, man, we're gonna get it in, man. But either way, man, shout out to everybody that was with us this morning. Enjoy your day. And until next time, baby.
Peace.